So chill.
Welcome to the Dice Are Good Bad Storytellers, and we are back into the world of Remalin. However, we're not at Remalin right now. We're actually in the approaching the great historic ancient nation of Torellin. And before we get started, I, of course, am joined by Maddie playing Kubo, who's out of shot. There, she's back now. Joined by Matt playing Kyle, and as well as Josh playing Leo, the cooking enigma, which I love to picture every time I hear your voice.
I think he's just a really good computer program, and he's just totally rocking the Turing test right now. Just been rocking the Turing test for 2 years.
Just an AI just hitting that I am not a robot every single time.
Oh my god, if I was an AI this whole time, that'd be funny.
It'd be pretty wild.
Yeah, really cool.
It's like, right, no, guys, here's the real programmer. It's of me.
Whoa.
Well, they start to like to us.
I'm actually trash at computers, by the way. But yes.
The definition of conscious life notwithstanding, we are back into the world as this freighter ship that has been smuggling, we now know, weapons, as well as a crack team of, we'll say, targeted nation destabilizers, which is what you call it when you're not the target nation and it's a attack on your infrastructure. We're going to gloss by that.
Freedom fighters, no.
For bossing sake.
Hashtag totally not terrorists.
Yes, yeah. So as the boat comes in, you've had the land ho moment. Everyone's excited because about 3 weeks into a boat trip, the shine has rubbed off the apple. Everyone's sick of not being able to rest without rocking side to side. And you guys are all getting ready. All the sailors are running around getting things prepared. They're getting ready to undock and drop everything. And we'll say, just for in media res and to kind of close the loop, Kyle, you have just handed your 2 compatriots their cut of the explosives.
Oh, fabulous. Thank you.
So, yeah, you pull the ring, and then you propose that they die. That's
Simple.
Way too long to try.
Preferably from at least 20 feet away.
I do have to say, I'm glad that I sobered up from my cocaine addiction forcefully on this trip.
Forcefully.
It's not around.
Oh, did you want some cocaine?
Odina's like, no. I didn't need the grenade, and I also he doesn't need that. So.
Okay, but no, I'm fine. Yeah, there's
just for the sake of the continuity, there's definitely a point where Odina threw away the remainder of your cocaine right at the beginning of the trip. Yeah, definitely was a conflict there. But yeah, Leo, you're here as well. You've been handed grenades, and people are bustling around you. And the scientists were let out when that happened. I think that the kobold did deign to allow them to leave.
I remember. Yeah. I let him be the final arbiter on whether they were allowed out of their cage.
So there are a large group of scientists on the deck that are looking out to Torellin, and these are a lot of really old elves and old researchers, and they're kind of you hear them kind of whispering to each other oh, so it wasn't just to test our resilience to studying in a box. We're doing something in Torellin. Interesting. I wonder, and they're kind of just thinking out loud as people do. You guys have some time here before the ship docks. And as of right now, the plan as established was basically either you disguise yourself here or you smuggle yourself within the shipping container, and then you're released deeper inland in Torellin. There's
whatever's safer.
There's Kubo a lot of options here. Yeah.
Kubo says, I think Kubo has his disguise. He'll wear it. He doesn't need to wear it. Whatever.
Yeah, I was kind of just cooking up my little fake backstory that I'm gonna be using.
What if we propose that we are representing the college that you used to go to, Leo, and we're investigating things about the area to see if we could get a study abroad. Just pretend the whole time we're like here representing your college or something. So people ask questions, it's like, oh, it's just research. They ask why, call it.
I have books.
If we're doing that, I'm dressing up as an old matronly like school marm.
Okay.
I'm being your escort for the chaperone for the two you're looking.
Odina leans over to like Kubo and Leo as you guys are saying that. Like, the amount of times he picks female disguises is starting to rise.
We need some diversity in the group. It's not his fault.
Odina's like, no.
You're more underestimated. People aren't expecting the little old lady to pull out grenades.
Or make them.
He points at you. He's like, oh, she said nothing. It's fine. You're right. Women are, and I, of course, will be able to change my form, polymorph, and I can look a little more normal. Oh my God,
that's awesome! Wow.
Yeah. It's one of the nice things about being a, tamed dragon, as they called it. Unfortunately.
I'm gonna more or less just hijack the backstory for that character that I ended up not using during.
That's a good idea.
That's clever. That's a fun idea. Yeah. So I'll throw that in the back of my brain that I have that locked up.
Does that work with everyone though? I mean, there's a chance. I feel like we already know they kill Kyle at any time if they want. Josh. If they find you, even though Ward said, I do feel like they might. Oh, sorry, Leo. Leo, I feel like even though Robin's dead, I do feel like they might obsess over you still. So, like, that's just, I guess, something to keep in mind. I
could wrap my tattoos up again, and wear my hat, or polymorph. I could polymorph myself.
Crap out of you.
Oh yeah, we could do that for free without wasting my spell slot.
That's awesome. I didn't know you could polymorph. You guys could be like, you could polymorph to look like you're.
Don't waste a 4th level spell slot on this, you monster. Do alt yourself if you have to.
Hey, I'll do whatever's necessary.
Odina kind of goes like, I'm sure we'll figure out the vibes kind of as we get onto the nation, but like the question still stands, are we just walking off the boat in disguises, or do we want to sneak in, be smuggled in?
Boren said it would be safest to get smuggled in. However, he didn't really tell us he wanted to smuggle in weapons. Ooh. So I don't know if we want to be with the weapons in case the weapons get caught.
You're right. We could disguise ourselves, smuggle the weapons, and blend in amongst the crew as we bring quote unquote cargo on land, quote unquote our weapons.
You drop a box and just head off.
Yeah, like we'll just pretend we're the crew.
Have them be delivering cargo, and then we'll just rig up like a false compartment inside one of them, and we just smuggle ourselves in the shipping container, basically.
I'm fine with any of that.
Yes.
Yeah. The time in the time that you've talked, Torellin has slowly been approaching. You kind of start to see the outline of the city as you're approaching. It is a foggy, for lack of a better word, London fog morning. And as you're coming in, you start to see the shapes of this area. The Goliath sailor that seems to be the leader sailor has kind of slowed down now, and it seems like they don't have much to do until they actually get closer to the shore. And so if you did want to talk to him about pretending to be on his crew, he has been fully, led by Boren, and he knows like you guys are part of the whole thing. Like he's there to help you. Yes, Leo.
Question: would I know, like through my time of studying, and me? I mean, I probably wouldn't say that because I don't study history or cultures really, but like, would I know the police force of this place, or I guess guards, or like what they would look like, or?
Yeah, so roll me. Well, I love that you're fessing up to this not being your center of focus. Roll me an at disadvantage history check. And Kyle, you can roll this flat if you want to have a history check to kind of get a spiel on kind of the whole area.
15.
15?
Is that right?
8.
That's definitely not right. Hold on. Oh wow, I have not updated my. Oh wait, I'm not proficient. Never mind, that is right.
15. Great. So I'll start with the 8. With an 8, you don't remember any like the name of the police force or anything about like the government here, but you do remember that this place, like most ancient cultures in the world in kind of this realm, magic equals power. And depriving the working class of magic has been the go-to effort of any political structure that is older than a couple hundred years. And so, here, you're not going to get.
That's probably where Kyle subconsciously acquired his, preference for just finding another ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, you're not going to get targeted by the police for using magic, but people will avoid you if they see you using magic because they're worried that you are either a noble and that you can hurt them, or if basically it insinuates that you have status and that you're not scared of the government, basically.
How super do we know how superstitious they are?
Extremely.
Pigeons will scare the shit out of everybody.
Yes,
he's a druid.
But superstitious isn't the right word because and I'm sure you guys will start to see more evidence of this. The threat is extremely real. If you piss off a noble, your butt is forever on fire.
I guess I just meant more like how familiar they might be with magic to the point where they will actually think oh look, that's magic rather than that's just sleight of hand type of thing, I guess.
I think that if at any point they can't discern it, they will assume it's magic and they will avoid it. Okay. That's kind of the read you get. They are superstitious, but not out of ooh, I'm nervous, some vague thing will happen to me. It's, oh shit, I'm gonna get cursed.
Okay, so then I would like to throw my summons there and then have them just be at the dock waiting for us and note me if any large groupings for any reason happen.
So you're having them be invisible or kind of floating about?
Invisibly, all 3 of them just go towards land ahead of us and just float there in the air and just spectate and just let me know.
Okay, and you're sharing these insights with everybody in the crew, right?
If anything happens, yes, but right now I keep this to myself.
As far as
I just want to know if you would if either of you would say, oh, just a heads up, everybody here is super superstitious. We probably shouldn't use a lot of magic because if we do, bad, they'll be afraid of us. Because if not, Kubo's not going to wear a disguise, and he may do something like try to cast daylight.
I'd probably. Yeah, I'd probably, as I'm setting up the hidden compartment in the back of one of the storage things for us to hide in, I'd probably basically set up a PowerPoint style presentation.
Oh, okay.
Going over all of the basics.
Yeah, some of the scientists sit nearby and are like, yes, that's actually quite accurate. Yes, my studies. And so I'll go into more of the details for on a 15. The police force is colloquially known as poxies here. Oh, Ron, the poxies are coming. And they are the people that, they're not necessarily magic users, but they can be. And they're the people that are empowered by the local governments, whichever those may be, throughout here all the way to Eogrin, to protect the interests of the ruling class, basically. And so that's what you're hearing. That's a common slang out here. And beyond that, Vaucheline is one of the most powerful families in Torellon. They're not they have a locality that's far to the north where they actually rule and live and have a castle and everything, but they are known for being incredibly viciously conniving. They're not the rulers of the nation, but whenever a house seems to oppose them, they seem to die or be horribly tortured in very graphic ways.
They're the Rosen whatever's the fictional Illuminati people from Rosenberg's whatever.
I'm not familiar. What are they from?
No, it's from real world history. It's a
Oh, I see.
The Illuminati.
sort. Yeah, they're often claimed to have been the Illuminati, but yeah, something like that kind of.
Triangle
Yeah.
people.
I think another thing that you would know through your, kind of history here or your presentation here is most of the efforts of trying to get more equity in government and or make a safer life for citizens in Torellon has been directly stopped by the Vaucheline family. Like you could almost always draw a direct line back to them after the dust has settled like 10, 20 years later. And so they're very conniving, very capable and competent, and they are a legitimate country. There is a country Vaucheline far to the north, but they execute a lot of shadowy control over the nation of Torellon.
Aw, if only they use their powers for good.
Isn't that always
Don't worry, we'll just get rid of him. And then the people. Kubo's kind of an anarchist, not gonna lie. But I think that after being Kubo's gonna put on. Well, actually, I don't think he's gonna wear a disguise. And he'll tell you guys the reason why is because he heard from Boren that being like divine won't really be scary until we get farther in. But if anything, if everyone's like disguised, perhaps it might be sort of a lead, like depending on how people interact to seeing me, then we can know like where to start. What do you think?
If you want to be bait, I'm not going to say no.
I
mean,
will
if
also
really
not disguise.
want to intentionally draw all the attention, then I'll,
This might come back to bite us. I missed that edge of delicious like no, just kidding. But I've just missed a little bit of edge in my life. Oh, Rick, sorry to the computer. Yeah. Guys.
All right, I'll just wear my hat and cover my tattoos, but I won't change anything else.
Oh,
So you won't be all alone.
Yeah, Kyle is disguised as a stooped over, overweight Italian stereotype woman.
Oh, Dinah is like, it's incredible. It's incredible. 40 pounds. I think you guys start to get closer. Some details you'd know. You guys, it has been selected for you to basically come to a nowhere run-of-the-mill port. And this is in a small coastal town called Purridge.
That's funny.
And it's old, and small is kind of a relative word. It's small in the sense that it has no political purpose or meaning. It's just kind of like a dock town, and it's very, very old. So this used to be the seat of power for people in Torellon, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And now it's more of just kind of a slum, for lack of a better word.
Or just like along the coast sort of thing.
It's along the coast. You'll be docking at this city, and that's when the crates will transfer to smaller ships to go inland, deeper up rivers, and trains and other forms of stuff. So you guys start to dock in. You guys are all, I assume, helping. Looking like sailors and or people as much as you want.
Despite the fact that Kubo's wearing like his overcoat, like his that's fine.
Odina repeatedly picks up things like 6 times heavier than she should be able to pick up, and then puts them down and picks up something smaller and tries to keep up the facade. As you,
I follow Leo around, giving him like weird little lectures about the the birds and bugs and stuff.
All right, you're really selling the college thing.
Yep.
It's great. It's great. Now that you've passed through more of the fog, you see that there are a lot of, church buildings that are these old stone constructions that have clearly been up for very, very long. Bell towers. The people walking around just seem to be walking around in like a cloud of routine. This is very much a place where people don't think actively a lot of the time. It's night and day in comparison to the vibe of Sheen City, where in Sheen City, you'd see vibrant, happy people, electrified, walking around, excited to be going from day to day. And the vibe you get here immediately is kind of waiting to die. There's just kind of a very like,
feel that feel, bro.
yeah, there's kind of this like a downward suction kind of in the streets of this city. And there's lots of cobblestone paved areas. As you guys finally get in and you dock, gangplank goes down. You see the Goliath man start to talk to this really decrepit kind of scrawny guy that has really bad posture. He's like, all right, you guys need to be shining right here over the top, and no one's down there. Tell me everybody in your crew as well as all of your stuff. Everybody's coming aboard, and then just leave it there for us. The Goliath man's like, yeah, of course. These guys, they got to get rid of this old lady, right? Talking our ears off. And he starts signing everything. He just puts Fanny McFanfan as your name on the board. He goes, he forgets a code name for you, but is nervous that it'll look weird, so he just goes Kubo. And then he says something like Dan McFanfan, just like makes it look like you're his kid. He was not prepared for this. But he just writes down all the names and does his own crew as well. He has like a sheet prepared as well for other people. Yes. And he says most of us aren't going aboard, but they're the college sort, learning. And he's like, we don't have a lot of those, but they're welcome to do whatever they gotta do, assuming they got their visas. And you all can come aboard. Is there anything you'd like to do there? They don't stop you. They just let you walk on, and you're able to kind of interact and do your first observations. Let me know if something points out or looks at you.
Do we have fake visas on us?
Immediately, yes.
Good.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
I got a bunch made. I probably have some extra for you, I'd assume.
I want to say that there's a moment where Kubo definitely like, and then maybe you as creative big fan are like, oh, silly Kubo, like he's he's like, yes, right, silly me,
yeah. You guys walk into the city or walk into the couple steps. The sea is one of the only redeeming scents in this area. The salt of the sea is a reprieve from the nasty, just kind of vibe. It smells bad here. It smells like both dusty and putrid at the same time. It smells like rotting dust.
Is this like a fish monger area?
You'd think it would be fishier, but no, they're just kind of a salty, disgusting brine. And you can, you guys can, so you got a 13 there? Yeah, you don't see any fishermen at all as you guys are coming along here.
Is that weird man bias?
Yeah, the one with like the hunched shoulders. Let's see, he's like,
excuse me, sir. What is your name?
I'm Crumpkin.
Crumpkin. Kubo has to bite his tongue for a second to not laugh at you. I just was curious. For as a part of our college researching for study abroads or maybe things, we were wondering about like the things about the town. Why are there no fishermen that we see? Or do you guys not fish?
Oh, how interesting. Young people taking an interest in our local history. Yes, so he throws like some food into the ocean, and you see these like inky black slimy tentacles reach up and grab the crumbs and kind of just seas cursed all around these parts. It's part of the reason why nobody lives here much more anymore. A lot of these houses are empty. It's just because seas cursed, no fish.
That's fabulous to know. Oh.
No, it's actually quite awful.
No, this is horrific.
Yeah,
I don't know what to say. I apologize.
But that's why porridge is not the scent of power anymore. One day, a nasty wizard up north got their idea that I don't like how they're ruling things down there, and they cursed the sea. Nobody's been able to fix it.
Can you catch these monsters?
You don't want to, I promise. They more often catch you.
Oh, okay.
It goes back to the group. Have a lovely stay. He yells as you start to walk off. Crumpkin kind of you'd think he like walked out of the city, but he kind of like crawls into like another area of the dock, and he like crawls into a place that you didn't think was a home and just kind of is there.
I want to burn the city to the ground. Just set everyone free. And he says that quieter to Edina, to be clear.
Edina's like holding her nose. So it's like, I can't really disagree with you. It's really bad. But yeah, with a
Hmm.
13, that's what you get. It doesn't look like there's any like there seems to be the another thing you'll get with a 13 is you realize that the police presence, the poxy presence, was Crumpkin. That was the check in.
Like I know some badge or something on him.
Yeah, like the little hole he crawled into that you didn't realize was a home was like Officer Crumpkin.
Where did this wizard live? Or how long ago was it?
You can roll a history check. Crumpkin's kind of out of the scenario.
1,000 years.
Kogo is honestly
17.
What, 17? This is something that probably happened about 300 years ago. Like the nation has very much adapted to this sudden change in the ability to like get fish here and everything. But you get this with a 17. This is one of the more notable magical atrocities that has happened in Torellin, but not nearly one of the first or the few. You know, there are many stories of similar genre to this.
Do we know the guy who did it, and is he still around?
It's been 300 years with a 17. You don't remember, but you have a hunch it had something to do with the Vauchelines, like everything did. Whether it was one of their actual wizards or whether it was something they organized for someone else.
Okay.
Guys, this might be a bad time before we go. I don't know what this is, but I really have like an urge for some like sushi now. Though. Like I don't know what that is. We can let that go. I'm gonna go.
But that is like fresh fish is great. I don't have any. I don't.
No, I know. I just.
You got grenades.
No.
Kyle, I love the way you think. I agree with Leo here. Go on.
Just walking here. Hi, guys.
So it sounds like you guys are basically
Fish, throw it in the ocean, kill the fish, they float to the top. Maybe, the explosion will keep away whatever tentacle things are going after them. It makes sense.
So you guys are walking and having this lively conversation, and you can feel like you kind of feel like you're tourists in this dead Scandinavian ghost town. Like there's like this place has not heard laughter for a while. As you're walking down the streets, you can see these kind of downtrodden, unhappy people. You see one of them as they're walking by, and it's very glaringly obvious, has a metal mouth. And just everything beneath his nose seems to be this shiny.
Baron von Underbeats. Enter Bros.
What?
Enter Brothers. Baron von Underbite.
I think I know the one you're talking about. I just
Send
can't
it in the
put
chat.
Yeah, send it in the
Sorry,
chat.
I was like, what?
But yeah, you see he has this
Dang.
metal mouth and he's just looking straight ahead. And he doesn't like engage with you guys at all, but you see this, unique.
I think I already know this, but I'm gonna roll insight.
Yeah.
I would like to cast Detect Thoughts.
Fine. Do Leo's first.
Wow. Okay, yeah, detect thoughts, you got a 9. Just looks like a very sad man.
I think it has to do with Bobbin.
That's a level 2 spell slot. Jesus. Okay.
Oh, yes. I'm
That's
familiar with
funny.
that.
Nice.
Okay, I always put my dice somewhere clever and therefore stupid.
Oh, I think
Thank you.
It is.
Such a great hiding spot. I'll never see it again.
I'm so horny. I'm just kidding.
What'd you say? What's the save?
Wisdom saving throw. And that is my spell 14.
14. Okay. He does not make it, although he rolls better than I expected. You get his surface thoughts, and you're kind of confused for a second because you're like, this person isn't thinking. He's just as fully in his routine. He doesn't really have an active thought dialogue going on. And when you go in deeper, you sense this very intense sadness. And if you're trying to like hunt out a specific memory, you can, but all the thoughts you get are like back to the grind, going back to work the dock, to help those incoming ships, just kind of very vague, like, cool.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted. I don't want to like pry into their business, but I just wanted to know like what's going on in this moment right now for that person. But okay, that's good. That's good. Okay,
Yeah.
nothing sus.
This person is mute. I'll say that you get that for free. This person is unable to talk because of whatever's going on with their mouth.
Oh my god.
And yeah, and as you walk by, he just kind of walks and kind of gives like a brief wave.
Oh, he acknowledged us.
Yeah, I think he will acknowledge you as he's just walking along.
Okay, okay, that's good. I'll wave back.
The moments you get.
You said it had kind of like a Scandinavian vibe. Is there like a, I don't know, like a gathering place, like a mead hall type of thing where people, I don't know, congregate, or what people seem to be doing?
A club,
Club.
a shindig.
Yeah, and very Scandinavian type town vibes. As you're walking in, you kind of get past the area that's kind of the dock and the fishing area. You guys are just walking along these cobblestones. You can see this long decrepit maypole that has not seen any dancers or anything like that, and whatever ritual is supposed to go along with this long pole in the center of this town square. And it should be a market, and it is not. There are not enough people here to sustain a market. But you do see it built into one of the buildings, because this is all kind of like inner city scramble here. There is an inn that seems to have some candlelight going on inside of it.
Guys, I think if depression was a country, it's this.
I know.
And seeing that man with the face like that, it reminds me of what Robin would do to people, and I'm afraid and intrigued that it has to do with the Farr family. And I just want to burn this free to everyone. Let's do it. Anarchy?
What?
Wait, can I say it quieter?
I didn't catch it.
Oh, good. Kubo was just talking out loud about how he thinks that this place, if it was it would be depression if depression was a country.
I missed the last sentence.
Yeah, I missed the last sentence you said.
Anarchy. Like, what if we just
Oh, anarchy.
I just want to. He just wants anarchy right now, or to the.
I was gonna pull out my guitar and make it have a rousing performance and cheer everybody. I don't know. See what happens.
Yeah, well, you're more than welcome to kind of enter into this bar. I'm going to say that you are safely away from everyone. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that nobody overhears you here. I'm kind of talking about this stuff. But you walk up to this bar, and you can see that it probably was named something else in the past, but now it's called Black Ink. And as you walk up, it's all decrepit. There's cracks in the wood. You can tell that it's sea damage, but it's so far from the docks. And so clearly this thing has been on for immense amounts of time. Are you guys going to enter the bar and kind of participate here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to drink.
You walk in. As you guys walk in, you double the amount of tenants at the bar. It's went from 4 to 8 as you walk in. And there is a woman of similar build to your disguise, Kyle, at the bar here running the bar. A wide, big set, brown-haired woman with a unibrow, very, very hefty build. And as you walk in, she goes, "Hello, newcomers, welcome. Feel free to grab a seat over there in the back if you wish, and I'll come and take your orders soon." The other people in the inn, there's one extremely old man, 2 people that you immediately recognize as Poxy simply because they have official looking badges, and they're sitting at a desk nearby another area. And then there is the barmaid, who is the last person here, who seems to be a similar build, potentially the daughter of the innkeeper here. And she, kind of gestures and saying, "Feel free to take a seat, lovely lady, lovely sirs. And a fine young lass here, like myself. And a wee lad." She goes to pinch your cheeks, Leo.
Okay. What just would happen? Yeah, and I was just like,
It's
Cringy.
hard to resist, isn't it? And I run up and do it too.
Oh,
I
Manny,
strapping,
remember? Oh, yes.
a
Oh,
young man, a strapping young man. If I had half a mind, I'd have you meet my lovely daughter. And she kind of gestures back to her daughter, who's a barmaid, who immediately blushes. But yeah,
I'm blushing too, or my cheeks are red. I don't know.
yeah. So you guys take a seat and kind of get your bearings here.
So
I
have to-
start
what is the menu?
tuning my guitar that has not made an appearance since the first session.
I remember that.
Yeah, you start tuning your guitar.
What does the menu look like? Do we have to roll?
It's like ale and a bunch of things that no one else has here. There's everybody that is currently drinking has ale, and there are a couple other things like fish and chips that would seem kind of cruel to order.
Yeah.
And just kind of like you could order anything here, but use your discretion on how long you want to wait.
Right. Okay. Guys, I am incredibly uncomfortable. Just communicating because I am anxious. I feel bad. I wish I could do something to help people.
Shitty dive bars? This is Kyle's at home. This
I
is
know what
like
helps.
Oh, maybe I just need a
my life,
drink.
Ale, 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 all around.
He goes, ale? Oh, that's the easy one. We can get you some ale. Oh, she sees you tuning the guitar and she goes, oh, goodness, look, I made some lovely tunes. That's exciting. You see that at the sound of like tunes or music, anything like that, the two poxy men kind of look over and they just kind of whisper back and forth and be like, yeah, give us a round over there, young chap.
Any requests, lads?
Oh my God, sing us a song.
I keep forgetting that.
I was gonna just do a performance, but if you want me to,
Oh, either way, I'll take.
God damn it, I'll have to think of something.
I'll take both. I choose both. Let's see.
Kubo goes straw in his ale. He's a little shit. Thanks, guys. I just want to point that out. Kubo gets a straw in his ale. He's a little shit.
Oh my God!
I just bring multiple ales because I'm gonna have some fun.
What did they have any requests?
I don't think they did. I think that everybody immediately knows that you're out of town, and they're just like, yeah, play us something, young lad. I know they kept calling you young lad, but
Yeah, it's fine.
Maybe.
miss, play us something, miss.
Lady.
Lass, play us something, lass.
I'm too old for that. Or at least I'm 23.
I'm too old for that.
3. Kind of give me like what sort of song does Kyle pull out? Is it like a Sheen City ballad? Is it like what is what's
Poetry.
It's something. It kind of starts slow and kind of builds to more of a rolling tune of like maybe like a adventurous kind of like trail song, more or less. Probably be more of his default.
I'm gonna say with the 23. This is Torellin, and this is one of the saddest places in Torellin, which is saying a lot. But as you begin to play, spirits rise. This lady at this bar is like, oh, there's some good ditty, and is singing, and you see the pox, you're going, ah, they kind of get into it. They try to sing with you on the chorus parts that are easy to get, and they don't do great. But you raise the spirits in this cute little bar. The barmaid comes by and gives you ale to everybody, and she actually leans into Leo for a second and goes like, "So you are out of town? No, not from Courage, right?"
We're here as students. To learn more.
This is kind of happening as Kyle is performing and the rest of the bar is enjoying that. She goes, students, I didn't do myself much book learning, but but I'm mighty curious about y'all and when your boat might be leaving.
Oh, we just arrived. We haven't discussed maybe a few nights, but not long.
Yeah, well, let me roll me an insight right now. As she kind of ends the conversation, she goes like, "Oh, I see, great. Well, that's lovely to know. You're lovely, by the way. You're all lovely people. I love your skin. You're kind of a rare sort out here." Odina also kind of goes into her ale at that.
This is such good ale.
Red flag! Red flag!
And
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. She wants desperately to not live here anymore.
Oh,
She is
jeez.
a young person
Fair.
living in a dead-end town, and there are not a lot of visitors to Parridge. But yeah, as you kind of close up your song here, Kyle, she leaves, she goes back to the bar. The police officers, the poxy here, you see them stand up and start to walk over to you guys. Anything you guys would like to do prior to them getting it to you?
No,
Down my ale.
I'm not. I'm not trying to look any more suspicious than I need to.
That was lovely, Fanny. Oh, your music always.
Gouda.
Sorry, makes me think of my old mom back in. Yep.
Did you say what was the name?
Gouda.
Gouda.
Let's call you Gouda.
Yep.
So as you guys are walking up, one of these police officers goes, "Oh well, that was a lovely song right there, my young lady." He kind of tips his little hat. It's kind of a strange hat. He goes, "But normally, in order to perform in city limits, you do need a permit. But that was so lovely, and we don't hear music off, so we're about to let that go. But however, we will need to see your papers, and there is a fee for that. Unfortunately, me and my officer here, we do have to review your documents and do compensate us for our time. We do charge a small fee for that."
These are not the papers you were looking for.
Ah!
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do an insight to see if this is actually true or just a shakedown.
Yeah,
Oh, hey.
At 20.
it's
Ooh.
100% a shakedown, and a really shitty shakedown as well.
Yeah.
I comply.
Hold on. I'm gonna.
You start pulling out money. Leo starts pulling out some money in his paper.
I'm gonna start. I was gonna do a history check, and I'm gonna see if I can start quoting local statutes to like prove that I absolutely don't need to do this.
With a 16, you could quote many local statutes. With a nat 20 insight, it would do nothing but make them mad.
Kubo will take out his papers and he's going to pretend that he doesn't have a lot of money because remember he's a student and they're just here on a research trip for the college. So that's what he's doing. He's just like, "Oh, papers. How much is your fee again? Tell me."
Just a copper, just a couple
Just a copper.
You don't
Are you
want a
sure?
good
Can you tell me the exact copper? Sorry, I'm a student myself.
This is a highly depressed town where a couple of bullies are trying to shake down people that are making people happy. Kyle is not cooperating.
That's fine.
He's absolutely is quoting the statute.
Okay, so you're gonna quote the statute.
Yeah.
Okay. So you start pulling out your copper. Leo, you give him 2 copper. You pull.
Oh yeah, I'm counting my money. I'm just like 1, 2, okay. Like, I'm getting everything ready for the.
My folk hero origin here.
Yeah. So I won't force you to make up a statute. We'll say you bring up a statute and you're like, it's something along the lines of like, police officers shall not perform their duties upon any, fee requests from any, like it's basically just some very small statute.
Entertainment is a protected right under Article 7, paragraph 47(6).
And he looks at you and kind of looks at the barmaid, and the barmaid goes like, "Whoop-hoo!" And he kind of walks back and starts cleaning a glass a little deeper. He goes like,
"Will there be anything else, dearie?" And I begin tuning the guitar again.
He goes, "Oh well,
Oh, that's so awkward.
isn't that awkward?" Yeah, he kind of gestures. He was like, "Awkward, strange, isn't it? There's been an update, unfortunately, to that specific statute. Your old books, back from travelers and all that. You probably haven't heard of it." I'm gonna roll intimidation check here for him on you guys. He got a 6. It clearly did not change. He's just trying to scare you. into, because your disguise is working. He thinks you're just a middle-aged mom. He's like, yeah, your statutes are really good, but really, it's not a large fee. It's only 2 copper a person. I mean, that's nothing, right?
This will last. If you see us around town, let's see if I can. Oh, it's a 17. I'm using intimidation here, but not like to be brought to mean, but just to kind of bristle. Like, this payment is good for this first stay.
17.
Right. If you see, you won't keep harassing our dear motherly friend here, us. Right. We don't want to cause any trouble. We want to respect your rules, but
We've got half of the fee. That's enough for us. We'll respect your stuff. Yeah, well, you're right. You're right. You know what? You're right. We'll compromise half and half. How about that?
We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
They take. I love that cut.
He won't, but I was gonna give him a coin that was covered in acid, but okay.
And you may have
I'm trying
saved
to
this
save
person's
them.
life. Yeah. He takes the 4 gold and 4 copper. Odina did not even blink. Like, she did not pull out her purse. She did not even react to her. With a nat 20 insight, Kyle, I think Odina's behavior kind of is starting to spook you a little bit. She might be getting a little bit like power.
She's a dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, like just like a little bit of like people to rule. You know, like not like really, but like she is not intimidated at all.
I haven't said anything before, but Kyle has totally kept. I mean, Green Dragon. Like he's old enough. He knows, especially with elves. Like
there's a special.
He has low key had an eye on her since a long time ago.
What was happening?
Kubo's completely oblivious. Yeah.
Oh, great job, Odina. You had the steely-eyed gaze, like, oh.
So, this is going to be one of our first investigation checks against you guys, because they are actually going to pull out all your documents and review them. And I'm going to everybody's documents are going to be a solid 20 check to see if they're falsified. And so they have to get over a 20 in order to verify any of these are wrong in any way. And
Natural ones.
Natural 1, 2, 5, and then they get 1 more.
Oh, I call it as I see it.
Interesting.
4 or 5.
The 4th one is a nat 20.
Oof.
Now, what I'm going to say here is, because Kubo, you have been kind of bristling, intimidating. They go over your document and they look at you like, aren't you a little old to be a student, my young sir, my young divine angelic sir? Look at you.
Please don't.
A little old. I mean, and it's kind of gestures. Did he fail out a whole lot, Nanny Fanny? Is he a dumb lout? Dumb lout.
He tries to.
Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah,
I look at him. Kubo looks at him with disgust. It's kind of yes, if you must.
But actually, this is a rather advanced placement. This one is a little bit of a prodigy, and then I do a little, another cheek thing on Leo.
To Leo, I think, right?
Yeah.
I'm getting annoyed of it. As I'm like 2 drinks in.
Here, nobody doubts your age of drink. Here, it's like 12 years old enough you can drink. So he goes, so really, because here it says that he is, a minor, 17, 18. And I mean, I've seen some bulky 17-year-olds, but you, my friend, are quite the hulking.
I don't mean to be awkward about this, but this just has to do with the matter of my blood. You see, my parental figure that I'm, who impregnated my mother, if you must. It's very.
We don't have to go into that.
Come on, keep it straight.
I will not have you racially discriminating against my students. And my voice gets a little bit of an edge to it.
Sad that there's things here. I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
Roll me a persuasion with advantage, because Kyle is also kind of throwing his weight around. You get advantage.
Ooh, okay, how about a dirty 20?
Dirty 20. Okay, and they're gonna roll an insight. Okay, very low.
Do you get advantage? Because I was
yes.
gonna give.
Yeah.
He says something truly horrible, and he goes, well, if I'm not supposed to judge them based on their race, what am I supposed to judge them on?
Personality.
I have a really good handwriting.
I have a really good response to that.
Oh God!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Amazing.
A gun. Oh.
And it's great because this is turned very yeah, this is mwah, mwah. So he says this truly awful shitty thing, and you can tell he's about to drop it. He's about to go like, well, you're right, you know what, you're right, can't help that you're divine.
I have good handwriting.
And as he turns around, your gun is at his head. That will definitely hit his AC, and that is 16 piercing. And what type of damage is that?
That's my sneak attack. So
that's 20. Your sneak attack. Dead. He blood.
Damn.
You hear some people scream in the thing. You hear the other posse go, "Holy fuck!" And he starts to like reach for the door and run and try to escape this scene.
Grab him. How do I do that?
It's just it's an attack against their AC to do.
27 to catch him.
You easily like jump over the thing, grab at him, pin him against the side of the wall.
Should I roll to make him go to sleep?
You're just gonna try and like wrestle him down. We'll do a contested athletics.
Okay.
And so you just get him in a headlock and try and choke him out. The barmaid is just going, ah! in the back. And the old lady, that's the younger barmaid. The owner of the thing has broken a glass and has like a shard of glass in her hand and is kind of backed up with her dog.
No. It's okay if you listen. I think it's 23.
He got a 5.
The gun's already gone. If it wasn't for like the burst of like powder, you wouldn't have even known it had happened.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that he will go unconscious, but it's going to take like a round or two. But I'm not going to have you keep rolling. You have him pinned against the wall. You have him in his neck, and he's going.
And Koopa was just yelling, "Just go to sleep! Just go to sleep! We're just going to sleepy time! Just sleepy!"
He's trying to like punch your arm and trying to release him, but you can see his head start to go red and his eyes start to bulge. And eventually, after a good like 20 seconds, he finally goes unconscious.
Wow.
You see the really, really old human man in the corner.
I apologize for making a scene, but I can't abide, such behavior like that. We are well within our rights to undertake such actions. If you would please, and then I gesture at Kubo.
What do you want me to do with that?
Daylight, just do magic.
So oh my god!
I wanted to offer the girl to go to college with us.
What? No, I'm talking about getting away with murder part. We're focusing on that right now.
In that case, I'm gonna use the sword then, like you said.
Yeah, whatever. Just something that's obviously magic, and coming from you looks better.
That's the hit, but can that just count for the
the unconscious man slumps to the floor. You pull out your sword. It shines brightly. You see them all kind of go like, all right, well, if you are nobles, whether you're Torellin or not, whatever you are, please don't hurt us. And
no, don't want to hurt anyone. What the fuck, Kyle? What's happening? What's happening?
We have no quarrel with you good people. I was merely trying to brighten your day with the song when those vagabonds attempted to harass me. If you wouldn't mind, he could feel free to just, wake up 10 feet under, and I just put a bag of coins on the table and walk out.
Do I take him with me? I look at Odina.
I think he means they're going to kill him or bury him or something.
Oh God! I'm sorry.
Is that what you're? I think the barmaid. Is that what
more or less, yeah.
I don't know. I'm sorry. He drops the cup. Normally, I understand more of this.
I know. You guys are more urban. Kyle. I mean, for him, it's like, oh yeah, no, some douche agency is oppressing some small town, and
it's good.
He's coming in and cleaning it out.
I apologize. As a gangster, I should have understood. I just didn't.
Yeah,
back to the barmaid and
it's a little rough and tumble, compared to you're more refined.
If you want to go to college or something, contact us again, I guess. Can I give her an actual legitimate card for like Borin?
Incredible. Yes, but I think
I can't wait to get the radio call from Bourne. Like, you did what?
I think she looked at it like, so what am I supposed to call them and say I want to enroll, or
Yes, right. The numbers here. Do you understand? I'm so sorry for this. You understand how to read, right?
yes, I do know how to read. I do.
I'm so sorry. I'm a piece of shit.
She takes it like, no, that's good.
Just tell Boren that Kubo sent you.
All right, Boren, that's his name.
His
all
name
right.
is Boren. Just so
Okay,
there's no
all
more
right.
surprises, he's a Minotaur.
All right,
I
he's a
have to go.
Minotaur. Okay. She takes the card, kind of puts it in her bodice.
Please stay safe, everyone. I'm leaving. And he walks over the dead, or the soon-to-be dead cop's body as he leaves. Oh wait, should we take anything from their bodies, team? Should we check the cops for something? Like a badge? Do we need it? Do you need it?
I mean, it might make sense for you to do it, but I had already made my exit, so.
Okay, in that case, well,
It's more
this
theatrical.
is kind of metagame, but Matthew, speaking for Kyle and Leo, is there anything you guys want me to check for?
Yeah, I'd check for badges or anything like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that right now then. Really fast. We can do this fast. We can move on. Well, that's a 3. Can
I'm saying even with a 3, you can rip the badges off their
he's
uniform.
moving on.
But that's
I'm excited for you to show me that and be like, oh, you mean like these? And I just pull out a big roll of them.
Yes. Oh my god. Guys, I offered her to call Boren so she could get the fuck out of here. I feel bad for her and her mom.
Hopefully it'll be a little bit better around here without those two, but let's be honest, they'll probably just send more within a few months.
So Odina walks out last. Leo, you've just been finishing your drink. Have you not been like what have you been doing during this exchange?
Well, after I was shaken down and I just left my money on the table if they took it or not. That's before he got clapped. But I was able to finish my drink. I did bring a couple for myself. Yeah, I think I would finish my drinks.
I love
And-
it. The drinks. I love it.
I'm here for my ale.
Hold on a minute.
Beautiful.
Okay, so you guys finish your drinks, you leave. You've left a dead Poxy and an unconscious Poxy, but apparently Kyle paid them to kill him. So we shall see how that goes.
I want them to take some agency in their own freedom, okay?
Probably did. I'm happy to listen to you guys. Kubo is here.
As you guys walk out of the inn, you see that there are like 2 old people that have come out of the like townhomes in this square area, and they've just been kind of investigating the loud sounds and like trying to figure out what all the screaming and yelling was.
Crazy.
And they're just kind
A
of
party.
they got big old spectacles on. You see one of the women is completely bald and is just kind of very shaky.
So do we have passage already like arranged for upriver to where we're specifically going, or?
So I will say that you have options, and I think that you guys would have had pre-purchased or faux tickets onto a train that will basically take you to a town right outside of the Ogre Mountains. And so that's probably the most likely trip you route to take, because it's the most direct. But you could also take a boat. You could order.
We should definitely take the train, and I need to pick a fight with somebody on top of the train.
Okay.
Fuck everybody! Come on, he's like, yep. All right, cool. Yeah, no, all right.
You guys,
all right.
is this a
We're
good
on the
moment?
same page.
This is a good moment. I just need everyone to know that my mother wants us to try to bring Savage back alive if possible. Don't hold yourself to it. Like if we have to kill him. Also, he made sure that this was out of earshot of anyone. But just so everyone knows, sorry. I don't know if I told you that on the boat ride.
Yeah, no, I mean, if it's too much of a trouble, we can always just kill him and I'll just revive him. I got my little.
See, I love. We think very much alike sometimes. I appreciate it.
So, Leo, you had sent your witnesses ahead of you to kind of get a feel for the city. Up until this time, they have not reported anything back to you that's different from what you're seeing right now. Basically, there's a lot of sad people. There's a lot of architecture that looks a certain way. you know, like they're kind of just reporting all of the same, but you can have them basically kind of float about you and give you a much wider range and accuracy on your perception. Is there anything that you'd be like looking for, or like, do you want to get any further insight through them?
I probably would have them be near me to give me better perception, but I don't have anything in particular as of yet to look into with them.
Can you tell them something like, "Go steal me some money," and they'll do it? Or this is just genuine curiosity.
Oh, they don't got hands.
You want money stolen?
Ooh, they drift down
You are speaking my language.
like an evil magic claw. Just whoa.
The people with words are just like, oh, right. I guess the king wanted my money. Taxes.
Taxes. Yeah.
Taxes.
Good,
Love
good,
it. I love it.
So yeah, I'll have them be with me.
I think you guys, yeah. So the people are walking by you nearby. Yeah, you guys have options. Probably like this isn't something like you have to stick to, but just so that this makes things simple. It's kind of like you guys have one plan, a backup plan, and a backup plan. And the first plan is take the train. Second plan would be get a boat upriver. Third plan would be to hoof it and find like a carriage taking you all the way in, like across side roads and everything.
Well, I mean, we're not going to be huffing it. If anything, I'm going to give Odina a growth potion and make her carry us all. But
what?
Yeah. When is the train supposed to leave? Is that like tomorrow, or is there a couple days wait? Or
we'll say you've timed it pretty well, and you guys have a day before the train will leave tomorrow. And there's, if you were to miss this one, it'd be like another 3 days. It's a pretty frequently moving train.
Do you guys just want to prepare for the train? Like, this place bums me the fuck out. So
yeah, no, this place kind of sucks. I'm gonna go back to the boat.
You guys want to spend the night at the boat?
I probably
Really? Okay.
I mean, yeah. Seems like the safest place. It seems like no.
I mean, I have my watchers. They could watch us while we sleep.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I'm not necessarily worried about a bunch of peasants actually killing us. I'm more worried about like being forced to accidentally kill a bunch of fucking peasants. But yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So you guys decide to start walking back. I think you guys see one last thing as you guys are walking back. You guys choose a different route to avoid the dead epoxy, incident area. You see that there is a man like basically selling fried bread, and it looks like this is a place that's very local to a lot of elderly people. And you see that he has wrapped the fried bread. He's this old guy, and he's kind of like pulled it out and put it on and puts like some seasoning on it. He's wrapped it in what looks to be incredibly ancient music paper. He has wrapped that up as kind of like a deal. And so like there are a bunch of like these displays of stuff, and people will come out and give them like a copper and a half or something, and take off some of this like fried bread that he's made. And it looks like he is using very old music paper. And you see one of them actually has like a beautiful sketch on it. You can interact with him if you wish, but as you're looking around, this place has the aura of decaying art. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people have lived here and made art and made beautiful things and incredible, Renaissance paintings and everything. And they just kind of litter the place and are slowly.
So in other words, you're lampshading the fact that this was there for flavor, not a side quest.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to investigate and see, what it was and see if there's anything of value there, there's nothing there, but also like, it's not why you're here. This is just, something that.
Kumo, I think, is honestly just overwhelmed. I think everyone talked about like it's gonna be so.
I'll buy one of the pieces of fried bread and take whatever pages came with it, but I'm not gonna engage in it beyond that.
can buy some fried bread. You want some fried bread?
Yeah, I'll try some fried bread.
Leo, you
Yeah,
want some? I can
put
get-
his whole song together.
I'll get one for Leo too.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys all get some fried bread. It's not great. This is fried batter. It's kind of like a crispy pancake situation. And you guys have all that.
Hot pancakes.
As you're looking at
Pancakes.
this menu or this music, Kyle, you recognize that this isn't lost music, but this could be the original document that like a really famous composer wrote on. Like there's like a famous fantasy composer that like set up a lot of music theory for the ages. Verexi was his name, and as you're looking at it, you're like eating off of it, and you're like, oh yeah, this is original Verexi handwritten document. And kind of all of yours kind of have this energy of like, these are potentially extremely historically significant things that are not and will not be cherished.
Let's what those. I don't want to engage in it any more than needed, but I'm going to give some money to some of the scientists and send them in to go pick up all of that bread stuff or that stuff and just preserve that, swap it out with like some burlap or whatever the hell. And
okay, so you guys get back to the ship. I love this, giving them a little side quest. You get back, you hand them this thing, and you see all these elves go like, "Holy shit!" They completely drop all their high and. In there, like they've been subject to this kobold for a few months. The kobold like, we've got a mission and it's important.
Sorry, it's coming from over your head, literally.
Yeah. So they go off and they go to do some Bella Bar talking and maintain and preserve some of this music. I mean, it sounds like you guys spend one more night on the ship before you connect to the train.
Absolutely. Bum, 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 ba-dum. What a fabulous night on the boat.
Rocking in her sleep.
Not thinking about the octopi that will eat us.
Or the whole scene that just happened with Kyle.
At some point around 3 a.m.
Oh, Leo, have you never killed a cop before?
I mean, it was just so spontaneous. I was just so caught off guard. I was like, wow, okay. I guess we're doing this. Like,
A little bit
Who's
like,
a racist dick?
I don't know. I thought we were keeping low. It was loud.
I thought so too. I am sorry. I missed that whole beat. It's just I've just been on.
Oh no, I was stunned in my drink, so it was fine.
So you're saying at 3 a.m.
Oh, I'm gonna go see what happens if you throw a grenade into the water.
Okay, so you can remove a grenade from your situation there. I'm assuming you throw it far enough away, it's not a danger to anybody or anything.
Yeah. It's got a 60-foot range, 20-foot radius. I throw it as far as I can.
Gotcha.
I've got 45 of them left.
Only 45.
Yeah, the artificer consumable discount is really silly for these.
That's great. So you throw it, you see the tentacles, kind of grab onto it and suck it down as it's exploding, and you hear that kind of muffled, that kind of telltale sound of an explosion underwater. And it's hard to tell because it's 3 a.m., but from the light from the boat and everything, you see that just this black, you see this black inky substance that rises up to the top and starts to disperse, and you see this like flailing single tentacle, and with your sharper eyes because of the dark, you can see that there's like budding growths coming off of the back of it that are smaller tentacles, and it basically just kind of looks like this mess of tentacles. And it's like exploded, and there are portions of it, and there's flesh all about. But the insight that you get from this is that it's either one big giant tentacle-y monster down there, or it's some magically imposed entity that is just eating anything and everything and just devouring any fish that gets near to the city.
Yeah, I'll just mark that off for later if I need to like dispose of evidence or whatever. So
Kyle, can we like this can be tomorrow morning if you guys don't care. It's like, Kyle, can we like undo a curse? Can we like save this town from itself?
anything that was cast by Vaucheline, if the original caster was around and we knew his name, maybe, but this is way above. I mean, well, first of all, it's purely magic and it's way above my pay grade.
Oh god. Well,
So this is actually a really good point, and so this is all kind of talking about the world.
That's his perception of it anyway.
Yeah, no, and this is talking about the world. This is totally accurate perception. And I hope this isn't too boring for you guys to just kind of get some lore dump stuff here. But
Lore dump.
the Torellin is very much built upon the principle that the powerful have magic, and they maintain that exclusivity to magic by any means necessary. And in some cases of history, that has represented itself as well, if everyone had magic, the royal class wouldn't have the magic they needed. Like, there's not enough magic in the world, basically. And they're basically all just political machinations and have nothing to do with the nature of magic. There are plenty of magicians in Remalin that could put a Torellin sorcerer under the table easy. Like not noble birth, not highly trained. Like a lot of times people in Torellin will be like, I cast a level 1, cure wounds, and I'm the savior of this town. And in Sheen City, that's like normal every day. Like anybody could do that.
we go to the hospital or
Yeah, like, now that being said, the heavy hitters in Torellin are older and more developed than most of the mature magicians in Sheen City and Remalin.
Like probably liches, even if we can't necessarily prove it, but they've been around long enough that they have.
That's a great way to think about it. These are the kinds of guys that cast curses that change how the world works. And yes, there's definitely is a way to undo this. No curse is unbreakable, and even if it was, that would invite attempts to break it to eventually be successful. But they're obnoxious, they're sticky. The effort to do this would be so much more than fixing it.
right.
And so it's not something that you definitely could do it, but it's like way outside the scope.
Right.
Of
We
what's
have a
going on
bigger
here.
plan going on, and maybe if we succeed.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something. It's definitely something to keep on our thing. But I mean, so to metagame slightly, I mean, bestow curse. In order for that to be permanent, it has to be cast at least 6th level, which I can't touch anything that high.
Yeah.
And I don't think Leo can for a couple more levels. Kyle will never be able to, because like the half casters cap out at 5. But
Yeah, I'm at 5.
Yeah.
Oh, ooh. Leo, you're gonna be the god of this world here in Torellin.
I just need like 2 more levels, I think, or 3 more levels, and I have 4 pets, and then it'll be a whole situation. So don't even worry.
The second I get fabricate, I get to break everything.
Great.
10 by 10 cube of nitroglycerin. Remember when I did the math for that way back when? Like 40 something thousand D6.
He's gonna make so much harder enemies for us. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Well, it's one of those things where if I did it, I'd die. So because like I can't escape, there's no way I can escape that blast. But if we ever need to suicide bomb a small country,
No,
Signs
dude.
of fear
We're
over
gonna
here.
just
I like thinking what's technically possible within the mechanics, but
we're going to kind of have an intro into this next bit. Well, we're going to skip ahead a little bit. No reason to kind of sit around here. But we're going to take a break after this, so we're going to do it real fast. But you guys all have a full rest. You get ready for the next day. You go out into the train. As you guys get on the train, you see that there's a crowd. What? Say that again.
what's the name of the train?
La Bamba. I don't know.
You're really gonna name it the bomb? Are you baiting me?
Yeah.
So we gotta lean in. It is called A1 La Bamba.
Yeah.
And that's because I like A1 steak sauce and La Bamba is funny. And so it is A1. You just guys got lucky, and it is the first in this series of constructed trains. And they really did their best work on it, and it is called La Bamba, which is funny because it sounds like the bomb, but in this local dialect, it literally just means like the best, the first, the first in a series.
In Spanish, it literally means the bomb.
I know.
I just am a silly goofy.
The train, you guys come up to it. It's a beautiful passenger train with many, many, many cars. It's one of those ones that has like a dining car and a luggage car and a refrigeration car. And you guys can see.
Is there a car with an ocelot in it?
Yes.
Unfortunately, no. There is a car with a seal on it, though.
Yeah.
There is a car with a seal on it, but that's only because this is transporting the shipped stuff. So the weapons, the grain, the scientists, if they weren't still on the ship, their car would have been put on the train as well. And so basically, you guys are following your smuggled goods.
Oh, good. Kubo does scream, and it probably scares some peasants, but about the seal, he's like, yeah!
Oh my God! Kubo, calm down.
It's okay, relax. You're safe.
Since I assume I'm still back in my like school marm disguise, just swat you on the nose with a ruler.
Oh my God!
That smarts. That hurts.
Fuck you. It's a seal, you.
It is drawing the eyes of other people. Ooh, a seal. As you come up, as you walk up, you see that there is a crowd of poxy where they'd normally be, just kind of at this customs area where they're checking people in, reviewing documents. And before we take a break, Kyle, you see the poxy that Kubo choked out yesterday. And he has a big bruising around his neck, and he is leaning over a desk pointing at a series of documents, and if you can see like telegram equipment behind him, radio equipment in this office. And I think, Kyle, you have a moment of, oh no.
That's not how I respond to that at all.
Does Kubo know? Because he would go, oh fuck.
I think everybody sees this, and I'm going to give you guys the benefit of the doubt. You're in a crowd, and so you can really hide in. But you kind of look into like this, they have like a viewing office area that has like bars on it and everything. So it's easy to see in. It's hard to pick people out when you're looking out.
Right, we'll duck off to the side and plan.
Leave me into a man or something.
Yeah, we're going to take a pause and come back in just a sec.
Oh man, this is hard.
I'm going to continue this conversation. They just got into a very heated conversation, a discussion, if you will, about if good for Kubo to be disguised as a woman, and that Kubo was worried a boob would fall off, and that was a threat to Kyle's ability to make disguises. So
no, darling,
I'm just gonna.
Darling, no.
I do wish that had been recorded though.
Yes, yeah. So I'm just gonna more. This is just gonna, that conversation is gonna happen behind like a train pedestal, as you guys saw those like this guy, like this choked out guy with the black card for Boren, like next to a telegram machine.
Just trust me. He puts on it real quick. He just activates like his magic disguise. That makes him look like him. Look. And for spice, if you want, you can give me like a really sick mustache goatee combo.
No, you're getting a Fu Manchu.
I love it.
If I'm gonna be forced into this, yeah, no. So I would do that. Let's see, forgers, tools. Is that Dex or Int? You think?
Can I support him?
Perception?
Say that again.
I'm forging new documents for. Oh, I get to pick your name technically, don't I?
Yeah, so I'm going to say, Kyle has expressed to us many times over how paranoid he is. I can say that you definitely have like at least 2 alternative IDs for everybody at the party. I mean, very easily.
Yeah, I mean, do you want me to like roll for their quality? Because
No. I think this has all been take 20 stuff. You've had over a month to figure this out.
Okay.
I'm going to say any prepared disguise is going to be up to 20. If you go past 3, then we're going to have to start making new. But I think you guys are only at one ID burn potentially.
Hooray!
So
okay,
Hooray!
you guys have new IDs.
what's your new fake name? Keep in mind, your disguise. You have a Fu Manchu, and I shaved your hair down to a top knot.
No,
all
y'all get to touch his brain.
right.
I don't have to. He was just gonna walk in at this point.
His hair was dreadlocks, right?
He has kind of more like, honestly, he has like 4 braids just at the top. They're not really dreadlocks, but they're like.
Now they're dreadlocks and a Fu Manchu. What?
Well, he has his braids. He could just have the Fu Manchu, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's all it is.
Okay, so disguises in place, passably human here. Everyone else as they were at
He
the
plays with his mustache.
hub yesterday.
Weird thing.
Leo, I'm going to offer this to you simply because you have the keepers going, and it sounds like you're kind of doing this as a chance, look around. Yeah, Kyle, you had something to say?
Oh, Kyle's going to be back in a more default human disguise.
Okay, default male human.
Just,
Oh,
yeah,
with the grandma.
nondescript, mostly male, middle-aged human. He probably, I don't know. He gives himself a slightly prominent brow to maybe recognition, but yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
Leo, your watchers are kind of sifting around, looking about. And Leo, I think for you, this place has felt, there are large scars of divine magic all over Torella. And as you're walking around, you can kind of sense this feeling of like, wow, crazy stuff happened here, but it's all muted. It's all old. And as of right now, very much like the divine footprint of this place is very dead, and kind of very like unpleasant even. As the watchers are going around, one of them sees coming down a different road toward the train station a beautiful horse-drawn carriage, like white painting with golden metal rims all about it. The horses pulling it is one white, one black, pure colored horses. The coachman at the front of this carriage is a very well-appointed elven man, not even old elven, like a young elven, like high elven man. And he is bringing this horse-drawn carriage into the train. And they are like, you have been at the train station for a couple minutes here, starting to get through queues and everything. You see that this carriage pulls up and immediately is at the front of the queue. The people haven't gotten out of it yet, but it is clear that this is a high priority person.
Are there any sigils or like coat of arms, crests, anything like that on the carriage or the livery?
Gotcha. So I'm gonna say you will get visual on this eventually, but Leo is the only one with this knowledge now. Would you share this with everyone, Leo?
Oh yes, that's so weird.
Good.
Most definitely.
Yeah, you guys are able to, like with one person holding the queue, we'll say Odina is just like, yeah, I got your spots. And you hear a bunch of people grumbling, like,
I love you.
You guys like, love you. As you guys walk off, go over to where this carriage is.
Oh no.
The Eogrin crest is clearly presented on this carriage. You see that it is a golden clutched fist with sharp fingers on it at the top, and so there's a couple of those motifs, and it is very clearly an Eogrin noble that is getting onto the train here.
Guys, I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Noted.
Noble or royalty? You should send your. I assume we got the names. Did we get sketches of like, police artist sketches of what they look like, or did we just get the names?
I think you just get the names and like rough descriptions here.
Okay.
Let me actually pull up because I put down all those and I wrote them all.
Just so everyone knows too, Kubo's current code name for this disguise is Alan.
You're
Alid.
a tragedy. You're just
I'll tell you
I
why
love
he's
you.
upset. Give me a second. I'll show you. Oh my god.
As you're thinking about this, you see immediately that the person that comes out of this carriage is a woman, which means that it is either only Serenity or Vespa.
Yep, those. Okay.
And your initial immediate thought is because there's a dwarf and there are not a lot of dwarves in this area, but she's not even using a disguise. People give her a huge berth. Like literally once the carriage even arrives, nobody is within like, I would say as much as 200 feet of the carriage. Like people abandon a line into the train car to avoid being within distance of her. Like there is very much like people are terrified of this entity. But yeah, as you see her come out, you this is a very a 10. Okay, so we're 10 insight. She seems to be on the older side, and she is very I guess I'll just say it as it. She's very well endowed. She's kind of she's beautiful. She
A buxom lass.
a buxom lass, and they have very much
Women.
avoided the Farah family has very much avoided kind of the stereotypes of dwarves. They don't have facial hair if they don't want it. They tend to be very like emaciated, sometimes even bald. They kind of look like underdark dwarves, but that ends up just kind of looking like an anemic elf, I guess. Like they're very neutral
Like
looking.
a short anemic elf.
Yeah, like a short anemic elf, but kind of otherworldly in their grace. She's dressed very nice with like golden chains all about her bodice and her chest. And she has like 4 attending people with her. And they have a designated train car just for them. And they start to load onto it. And the carriage is also loaded onto the train. She is scary, beautiful. With your 10 insight, the thing that you get with a 10 insight is this person has watched people die and done nothing to stop it frequently.
I think it's Serenity, but I'm not going to say anything until she's gone.
Okay. But yeah, assuming you guys don't intervene, this crowd that is all gathered about, 100, 200 feet away from this person, watches on as she loads into her train car.
No, I'm totally fine with allowing the spider to come or the fly to come to the spider. So
I love the confidence here.
Wow.
Is she gone?
Yeah, she's no longer visually there. The line starts to return and recover. Kind of the crowd recovers to its natural energy prior to when she was there.
So when we all get back together, I think Kubo would kind of whisper and just be like, I think that's Serenity.
Oh, yep. Yeah, sure. We'll have to deal with it when we get to them. I'm in character.
You're good. I'm really excited, but I'm also like really nervous, you guys.
Yeah, let's see if we can get on the train here with what we got. Hopefully we don't have to fight. It's going to be a bit of a mess with that lass around, but we should be all right.
We could just slow the road or something.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
but I want to get on the train and kill the bitch. So let's go ahead and just move forward through the queue.
I think you guys get back to your spot
Unbothered.
as you guys are walking over. And Odina is looking very dark, and it looks like she has been actively arguing with the people nearby her. You can't hold your spot in line, you Persia! And she has been very much like, I will stop. Like just totally myrtleize these people.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I don't know. In any other world, this would be fine. But apparently,
as we come back into line, I'll toss them a few silver just to shut them the fuck up.
Don't do that.
That would just be kind of Kyle's thing. Yeah.
Yeah. You make it go down easy. Yeah.
I'll because that's yep.
Yeah, I get it. So you guys all get back in line. As you approach the front, is there anything, Leo, that you want to do? Because you have this, frankly, really busted ability to just kind of investigate anything, anywhere, whenever you want.
You should watch the lady if you want, of course.
But I could send one. I'm worried because then if we split up, we're not gonna have enough to use to communicate. I'll use one. Yes, sure, why not? I'll use only one to follow the lady, and I'll keep the two. I'll have the two go, one with Kuba, one with Kyle, automatically, just following them, just in case they like want to dip or like they see something.
Gotcha. Okay, so you guys go along through the line. As you guys get through the line, you see that there are a lot of grumbling and upset passengers, and it looks like they are not used to having this intense of a pat down onto the train. It looks like security is higher than normal, and that could be either because of the dead poxy or because a Farah family member may be on the train back into the mountain. And so there's a lot to unpack there. But as you're doing that, the watcher phases through the train car, this beautifully appointed train car. And when you look inside, it's beautiful, it's lush, it's plush. You see that she also has a gauntlet, a golden gauntlet that she wasn't wearing outside. And you get the knowledge that one, Valvin was a little freak. It is not required to have your gauntlet strapped to your body like his was. And it is in fact more of like a status symbol and a magical focus that is just like an equipment. It doesn't actually need to be strapped to your body. You see that she is real into gold, real into like gold, items, gold everything. It's kind of you are struck by how little. It's very tacky, and none of it has any meaning. She is here to be comfortable. There's not like a war plan, out on the desk. The vibe you get is that she just got back from the beach.
It's just a purge and good for her.
So, like concealing stuff on your body, yada yada, is standard sleight of hand. Since I know it's coming, can I get advantage on that?
I'll allow that. You guys can prep some stuff, kind of hide some stuff, and get intense.
Yeah.
They will scrutinize your documents again, which will be a D20 20 difficulty check. Ooh, that's nice.
Good luck. sorry to just blatantly do that, but yeah, good luck.
Just for the fun of it, I'm going to roll a sleight of hand check for Odina, and can I get a sleight of hand from Kubo and Leo? And you can also do it with advantage, because it's not.
Yeah, I would definitely be helping you, so definitely take that also.
Oh shit. Oh, they got
29 sleight of hand.
advantage. I got a dirty 20. If I hadn't had advantage, I would have only got a 4. So
Wait, do we all get advantage?
Yes, you all get advantage.
Yes.
say it with me, kids. Thank God.
Oh, 16.
Okay.
That's better than a 4.
Yeah.
I gotta get out good old.
Can you learn more about a Dyna if I hold it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Why do green dragons like elves?
Do they like elves?
Odina.
With advantage, she got a 16. So that in mind, they're going to be rolling 2 opposed checks to oppose your checks here. And so we're going to roll all of the passport checks first. And we're going to go Kyle, Kubo, Leo, and then Odina. And I'm not going to tell you if they pass or fail, but I'll know. And, we'll just kind of proceed as normal.
Yeah, I mean, they can get nat 20s on me if they want.
Yeah.
I guess they could be awesome. I don't know.
Okay. And then these are for sleight of hands as they pat you down after your documents are reviewed.
Well, I think it's investigation or perception for them, but yeah.
I mean, to oppose that one, yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm going to give you guys this offer. You guys managed to make it through the lines. They look at your passport, nothing seems weird. They let you by, they pat you down. Kyle's insights, as well as just kind of your own practice, has made it so that whatever weapons you're not allowed to have, they have not tracked on you, and whatever weapons you are allowed to have are deemed to be within the allowable amount for a traveler. Because this is still a fantasy world. Not having a sword is just suicide. Like you can't. It's just kind of it's kind of like a walking stick. You're not going to take away a person's sword. But
yes.
But as you guys are going through, I want to offer Kyle, because you've established that you've made documents for everyone. What would Leo's documents be? Would they just be Leo because he doesn't really need to disguise himself?
His initial one, no, because his last name, and the family is ultimately problematic. I guess I don't really know. I hadn't specifically picked a name for him, but since I'm called on the spot and he doesn't get to pick, his name is Nacho Bartiromo.
Oh my god.
Nacho Bartiromo.
We are just fitting in like a glove. Like a glove.
High five.
My brain.
Honestly, it kind of makes sense. I feel like the people of Remalin have never seen people from Remalin, so they're probably like, yeah.
Right? It's fair. You don't know.
Yeah, the craziness matches my hat.
Take the backup. I need the assist.
Okay, so that's good to know.
It would be accurate for his age and everything like that.
Yeah, for sure. Here's what I will say as far as what you guys, because you guys are all making it through. You guys make it on the line. As you guys are getting onto a train car, you hear one of the Poxy arguing with who you realize now is an Iagran dwarf, dressed in all white with golden stuff, jewelry and everything. And you hear them having a heated argument, and the Poxy's like, "Oh, you've got to be kidding! This has been well established for a long time. The people down in the next nation over need these tools." And the guy goes, and the Iron Dwarf goes like, "Yes, well, I understand your feelings on that. However, it has come to our attention that you have an animal that Lady Farah wishes to own. Therefore, all of the shipment on this train is hereby seized by the Yogran dwarves, the Yogran forces, and I appreciate your assistance in this request."
Taking the seal!
I'm dead.
It's hard to know exactly what that means, but basically it sounds like they're seizing everything on the train.
She just eminent domain that shipment of seals.
Yeah, and anything else that she wanted from this shipment. And so, to speak in blunter terms too, this could be the shipment of weapons that's supposed to go to another nation. This could be the grain. It's kind of impossible to know how much she may have just yoinked with eminent domain tricks there. But yeah, the Poxy goes like, "Well, this is above my pay grade, of course. Lady wishes to have it, she may have it. We've got other things to worry ourselves with, so good day." He kind of tops his hat. The Iron Dwarf goes, "You're making a wonderful choice," and puts his hand a little lower on his waist than he goes, "Yep, don't hit, we're going to get to work. We're going to get to work." He kind of walks off.
Question: is this so we know that's possibly Serenity's here? Is this other dwarf with her? Is it one of her family members, or is it just another council member?
You don't get any essence of this guy is important. He's definitely not wearing his golden thing, his gauntlet on at the time. But he's basically a non-servant Eogrendorf that seems to be here with.
Leo, go make your thingies. Go look at stuff.
Look at them, like.
Wait, am I here for this too? By the way, sorry.
Yeah, this is as you guys are getting onto the train.
Can I
This is
roll
like a
insight check
small
on that guy?
overheard conversation from like a train director. person.
11 do anything for the Yogurt dwarf from that.
The only thing you get with an 11 is that he deeply enjoyed that conversation.
Touching the Poxy's ass or
Just kind of the whole thing,
Oh,
throwing
okay.
his weight around, telling him bad news, and having him forced to deal with it. Like that was fun for him.
I think, yeah.
All right.
All right.
I don't know where to go from that, but I appreciate
So-
the information.
Yeah, so you guys get onto the train. It looks like this is one of those situations where they're kind of box cars, but they're not private. You'll be sharing yours with like a handful of other people, but they're not like barracks. They're not uncomfortable. Like there's no like dividing like door. You can't like close a door and like be separate, but you can huddle together on one side of kind of like the pew like stairs here and or the seats and kind of have relative privacy.
All right, so drawing a rough line, how long is the car? Where are we at? And where is the
Bar.
Ogren at? Yeah.
Drawing a line. Oh, so to the Ogren car?
This is the
Yeah,
part-
so like, say, the engine is car 1, the end is car who the hell knows.
Yeah.
Where are we and where are the
I'm going to say that you are all near the back of the car, basically right before you get into the cargo cars, which is like the seals and all the grain, the mini, and there's tons of cargo cars. There's lots of stuff here. There's a short section that's like general population cars, and that's maybe, 6 to 8 cars roughly. We'll say 6 that are just kind of full of people ready to sit on the train for a good 12 hours and get to where they need to go. And then near the front and near where the smokestack is just far enough back that she's high status, but she doesn't have to worry about any like dealing with other stuff, is where the Farah family train is, car is. And then in between those is dining cars and all that stuff.
Okay. How long roughly is this travel supposed to be? Is it like a couple days, couple?
I will mimic the track that I took from Shanghai to Xi'an, and that was a 14-hour train ride. So we'll say that this is 14 hours.
Okay, that's a lot of time actually.
Not as much as I'd like. Especially cross country. Yeah, that's fair though.
There will be stops.
It's
There
not the
will be-
longest I've ever been on. I went to Chicago via train once.
Y'all, if we have a moment away and we feel like we're safe, we can talk brass tacks.
Oh yeah, no, I assume at this point we're back in our cabin.
Kubo has cried a little bit, not a lot, but like he went to the bathroom and like above the fact
Odina's like, you need a minute? You need a minute? Okay.
I'm fine now.
Okay.
I'm just a heavy bird.
You can tell Odina is bristling at being forced to be in such close proximity to so many people.
Yeah.
How
How are you doing with that, by the way?
Not great, not great. I don't like this. I don't
Sorry,
like. They smell bad and they're all very sad.
No, it's supposed
Welcome to mortality.
maybe like it's a point. If you have lives, well, maybe that's dangerous. Don't listen.
I mean, yeah, I'll do what I can. Yeah.
Sorry, is there anything I have that you could like fidget with? You can like go through my stuff.
She just okay. she just starts looking through your
If
things.
you have like a fidget spinner, I have no idea.
I feel like Kubo has a journal. I feel like she reaches the journal and goes like,
Oh my god! Yeah, that's right.
he kind of delicately opens it and starts to tentatively read. We'll address that later. But yeah, you guys all start to settle in. Everyone else in the car starts to settle in. Yeah, anything you guys want to do? Leo, you were requested to go do some more spying, but you can kind of do whatever you want here.
Well, I'm concerned how the cart system works. These doors, sliding doors, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I definitely think that picture a Wild West train, that's the train. There's, like there's a walking path from one to the next. It's very safe to go from train to train on like the opening between the cars. It is noisy, it is, dusty and all that stuff. But we haven't taken off yet. We haven't departed yet.
And all the doors are open?
I'm going to say, none of them are locked. You can get freely to and from any cargo place, and all the way up to the dining car. And then the Farah family, you have to get through security, and then you'd also have to go back and get through security to get through the storage car.
I wanted to try to get my summons on each cart, but they don't have hands, so they can't open doors. So
Well, I thought they could just phase through things.
it doesn't state that they can like be invisible, like not be seen, but they don't. It doesn't say like they can phase through material. I have an ability that can do that, but it's like a fifth level spell slot, and that's very expensive.
Gotcha. So I'm going to say that you're able to look through windows anywhere in the train that has windows, but you aren't able to get inside unless you get lucky, basically.
Yeah, so I I would have one of them. No, I guess I would have all three in our cart, and I guess spectate around us and watch our backs because I can't really send them anywhere for now.
Hey,
Until someone opens the door. Okay, I would say I have two around us watching our backs, and one near the door to enter another cart, and it's waiting for whenever someone passes through that door, it will go through that door and get to the other cart on its own.
okay, and so you're just trying to monitor as many passenger cars as possible.
Yes, and I want that process to continue until it can go to the head of the train, like the very beginning,
Okay.
since we're on the way back. Okay, and that is my goal.
Okay, so you do that. As the ghost is flying up, you see that everyone's in the car. There's no reason for this delay. And then you see a two poxy carrying a full seal, just with no like covers or gloves or anything. I seem to be carrying it to the Ogren dwarf.
A rotisserie? Is it a rotisserie car?
No, it doesn't seem to be like for food. I mean, who knows, honestly. But it looks like they are just bringing it to the Serenity.
Look at your fucking face.
Can we just find out what's going to happen to this horse?
I'm just so confused. Like straight up seal, like
Yeah, like a seal, like an animal seal, like a.
no, but like
a heart
it was dead already, like.
No, it's alive.
Oh,
it's
okay.
living heart
weakly
seal.
struggling.
Free it! God damn it!
But yeah, you see that before the flying guy gets into the car. When you get into the car, you see that it is just a lot of sad people. I will say that when you get into the other car, you see that there are about like in your car there are no poxy. In this car there are 6 poxy. And they don't seem to be looking after the sad populace of that car. I will also say that, like, now that the seal has been deposited into the thing with the with this, as the thing is going in, you can hear a squealed voice go like, yeah, from far away, it's very loud.
Sobbing.
Oh my god.
Sobbing, pissing, crying. Yeah, so that is kind of everything that you see prior to the stuff. You start to hear, the train whistles go off. Everybody inside is like, all aboard is going aboard! Kind of yelling. Everybody getting ready.
Okay, so then I'll relate that to the back to the team where
Okay, so You had.
No, so I was gonna relate back to seeing like there's 6 epoxies in the cart ahead of us, but right now in our cart, like we're good. And it's so far, no, they look like they're just to themselves. Oh, and I saw a seal. And I saw,
Delicious.
and I saw a seal.
Okay.
He took the fucking seal.
And
The
that's it. That's it for
computerized
now.
nature of the train means I might get more than one shot at this than I normally would. Normally, I was kind of thinking like, if I'm going to try and actually pass myself off as Vauchelane and bluff myself through something, it was going to be one and done and attract a lot of attention onto us. But if we wanted to try and do it on this train and make sure that anybody that, Kyle used that excuse on doesn't tell the tale,
Oh, we kill everyone.
then we might have the option to reuse it. But being an important dignitary from that family might be enough to get us close. I don't know. I don't have any immediate ideas beyond guns blazing.
Question: how do you know that your family is still on good terms with the? Well, I guess that's kind of a dumb question. I guess they still are.
Yeah, I mean there could have been something incredible. My most recent intel suggests that they still are, and that they're still incredibly powerful.
Period.
The point where I'm still scared shitless of them across the fucking ocean. So,
Right.
I mean, they might not be. That's definitely possible that it plays out that way. But I mean, it's an option I got.
Right. Plays with his Fu Manchu.
Yes.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
play too hard. It's not.
It's just
That's just spirit gum. Yeah.
Hear me out, guys. If you do that, we just really need to get our plan straight. So best case scenario, we crash the train, and then we all get out of here. We survive. We have to hoof it. Please, no.
I gotta roll for that. It's not gonna be. Yeah. You're fine. You're fine. I just gotta roll.
I was like, oh god. The one chance that it's not fine. Okay.
There's a lot of ways that the fallout could go. I don't really know how they're going to respond. I don't know.
Well, that's what I mean.
Capable of.
What if they immediately just try to kill you? What if they take you to the Farah sibling and she just kills you? We don't know until it's too late.
Well, they could, but that's why I have this, and I pull out like a little burlap sack full of grenades.
Okay.
I mean, I'm hoping that's not what I have to do, because I'm not living through that either. But I'm just
I'm rolling perception checks with disadvantage because you guys are on like a busy train, and they got 2 nat ones with disadvantage both times. But you did just pull out a bag of grenades, or expose.
I thought we were in our like secluded little sidecar.
It is for sure, but I did say it isn't super private.
It's a bag of apples or something. You don't know.
Yeah. You guys, I've given you all the information that you guys have gotten. So I want to offer, and stop me if I'm wrong here, as this conversation is contrived, the train has started to move.
Yes.
Yeah, I assumed we were starting to be. Yeah.
Okay. So the train is starting to move. Everybody is kind of settling in, and slowly building up speed. And then after a short period of time, it starts to go faster. So this is going to be potentially initiative starting.
Oh my god.
We're gonna roll initiatives, but we're not in battle. Okay. I want to stress that this is not like an ambush or anything. It's just going to be really critical that we follow an order here, just to keep things straight and sensible. So, what are the initiatives we've got here?
Question.
Yes.
Since one of my minions or summons or whatever is a cart ahead of me, does that individual one get its own role because it's in a different whole position?
All summons always act on your initiative order.
Yes.
Okay, so then never mind.
And you got, what did you get, Leo?
I have to look at what my +2. Wow, +2. Jesus.
Yeah, it's
terrible.
That's bounded, just like
No whammies. 14? That's hopefully
No whammies.
at least the top 4.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, get some snacks. We're getting into it here.
I'm so excited, guys. I want us to fuck up the stream so bad.
Okay.
Says no ambush. Our only cart blows up. He's like, ah.
Just
So-
pops a big rucksack full of
I mean, we're in
grenades.
the back. It makes sense.
So what you see, Leo, and you see this before it happens, but this is, kind of the thing that initiative might need to happen, is all 6 of the poxy from the train ahead of you move into your train, move into your car, and they're very visible. Everybody can see them. And in the back, you can see 3 more poxy, and among them is the guy that was choked. And you can see that he has purple bruises all over his neck. And you see that the people there are checking in with him a lot. Because you guys are first in initiative, they aren't going to walk up and engage you until after you each get a turn. But first in the initiative order is Kyle, and you see the poxy enter the train, see, recognize, oh, those are the people we're talking to, and start to walk towards you.
All right. Immediately, first thing.
Know what they
Oh
know.
wait, clarify that, please.
Yeah, they don't know. They're not saying like we're hunting you down. They are like, this kind of looks like it's an especially dense ticket check, basically. Like they're definitely pointing at you. Like they have singled out your group, but it is not like they're not pulling swords. They're not, you know what I mean? They aren't showing clear aggression.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So there's how many of them again, and they're all packed into the room just outside of me.
So there's 6, and they're basically like in the hallway of the car. And so to establish, I was picturing this much more open, clear space, but I do like, and we can stick with the idea that there are like small compartments here where people are sitting. They're just divided with like more short walls that are pretty easy to look over, and like they're kind of like compartments that are just have small little doors there that are very easy to get in and out of.
I was pitching, a more subtle approach, but if there's no objections, Leo, have one of your watchers basically just unhook the later cars after this, and I'm just gonna put a grenade through the window, through the meal delivery slot, through the door. Just open grenade.
That's a great idea, but did you hear what Leo said? His watchers can't do anything.
Yeah, they have no hands, no arms. They're just floaters.
They're entire. Okay.
Yeah, I know. That's something you very well might do, but
I'm still okay with it. I'm gonna go.
Question. Also, if the 6 proxies came into our cart with my summon, I would like my summon to follow them since they opened the door.
Yeah, so your summon came in. Now he has thrown a grenade out of the meal slot.
Oh God! Oh no!
Yeah, I did do that.
So they all get to make dex saves, and we're gonna figure this out. Roll your 5d6 damage, and we're gonna be very generous and say that these barriers give you enough cover that you don't need to worry about making dex saves. This is basically just like throwing it down the hallway.
Yeah, it's shredding the door enough that it probably won't protect us from another one, but it handles this one type of thing.
Yeah, you're destroying the interior of this train. Screams, everything. You hear the pops. You go, holy shit! Ah! And they kind of like try and jump out as I see this like.
Oh wait, are you throwing this to the 3 or the 6?
I think he's throwing it to the 6, right?
Yeah, 19.
Oh, my summon.
Yeah, just right out the door. And I assume they'd have. I mean, it.
What's the save?
15.
Oh, I got a 20.
What are you doing?
My summon's in that
You guys don't
doorway.
have to make the save.
You guys don't need to make it eat.
No, my summon's in the doorway. It's gonna get hit. It's with the proxies.
Oh, well, fine. All right, then you take 9 points of non-magical piercing, if that even affects.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
So you hear screaming, explosions, say casualty report, and you hear them kind of go very military, and they're like, release fire, and you start to hear volleys go at your car, and it looks like they do have guns and they are shooting at your box car. I'm not going to roll any saves. You guys still have cover here, but you can hear, like, you heard a lot of like throwing, jumping, breaking through like windows. A couple people seem to have jumped through, shrieks of people as they're like, suddenly they have a police officer in their lap that has jumped into their compartment. You
also notice Kyle seems to just like stand bolt upright as his eyes just completely widen and then shrink to tiny pinpricks.
Jeez. Okay.
What's happening?
Okay, 1 second.
I'm in danger.
That's
Kyle
nice.
isn't really high with the transparency, but I mean, out of character, kinetic jaunt. He's gonna zoom through everything.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so he's popping some stims.
Oh, you're taking drugs. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
Okay.
Yay! And
It kind
They're
of
not
fits.
drugs.
Amphetamine.
A lot of the officers seem to have gotten out of the way, which kind of fits because they were, ready for stuff. This was a larger force than it should have been.
so they
To
knew
do
it
a
was
ticket
us.
check.
But
They knew something was out.
Oh God. Okay.
You hear the three people at the back of the car go, call reinforcements, call everybody, holy shit, holy shit. And you hear a lot of that kind of energy. Their accents drop when they're scared. That's true.
That's fair.
Now it is going to be Kubo's turn. I'm gonna roll for a dino as well.
Kubo.
The jig is up. I'm gonna keep my disguise on.
Jigs.
The moon's out. Finally.
They know. I don't know. I was eating with not eating. Well, I whatever. I think it's a hard thing to do. So there's 3 behind us, and there's 6 coming from the front. Can I try to kick the door open on the 3 behind us and try to kill at least one of them?
Oh, that door has got to be just like nothing.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll
in
a
front
check.
of us.
So I'm going to make this really clear so everyone understands it. There's like a hallway central, and then there are compartments on the side of the car on either side. So when you through checkout, I'm picturing you guys near the front of the cart. So the 6 people were close to your compartment as they entered the area.
Okay.
So he throws a grenade out of the lunchbox, and there's only one door in and out of your compartment. And so, but now that door is shredded because a grenade went off and blasted it.
Okay, guys, where do you think I should go? Do you think I should just start hacking and whacking and slashing, or should I like try to pretend that like I got caught in the crossfire?
I would say that each round it encompasses like 6 seconds. I don't think I have a whole lot of ability to. But I guess I probably, while I'm being injected with a bunch of drugs straight into my spinal cord, would mutter something about I'm going straight for the bitch, I guess, and I hope you assume that means that you know it's the.
Okay.
So you break out of the door, right?
Well, now I might change.
Yeah, maybe Vespa.
I think I want to make sure. Can I do 2 actions? Can I cast a spell myself and then can I run out?
Yeah, you can use your movement to run out of the door.
I'm gonna use my movement to run out the door, and then I am going to probably actually this is backwards. I probably casted the spell, okay, whatever, and then I run out. I just think as a the reflex, I'm just gonna cast. I think I just did it because I hit it. Shield of Faith, and that just grants me a +2 AC so long as I can concentrate. So that I have 21.
Spell.
So at least if I'm getting shot at, it's less chances that I'll actually get hit.
So pale blue light emanates from your heart and from your chest. You easily push down this dilapidated door. You walk out. There are two policemen, proxies, that have gone prone near you, and as they have been hit by this grenade, but they are pulling out their guns and are readying to shoot on
Can
you.
I hit any of them?
Yes, you can. You can. They're prone. You can do it with advantage.
I would love to do that. Whoever's close, I'm just gonna start.
Yeah, just start hacking.
Let's see.
And then you see that.
Start
there's-
swinging.
So anyway, start blasting.
Can I try to hit all of them or just one of them?
So you can use your attacks to hit one and then the next, and then, as many
Oh,
attacks
cool.
as you have, you can hit.
Alright.
And also, you can see that 2 of the police officers have dodged into the compartments to avoid the blast, and those are the ones that are still standing but have been damaged.
Oh shoot! Oh, how many?
Good point. A lot of people probably went prone for the grenade, which gives you advantage on melee attacks against him.
Or if I can't use the sword.
I
I
thought.
can try to use
I'm just doing that flavor because it's on a train and it's cute. So you get 2 attacks or 3?
I think I get a third from a sword thing, but if not, I can just do the.
Oh,
two.
is your sword? Does the sword benefit that he gave you a third
It gives
attack?
it a bonus action, which is typically the bright, but I will just take for the bonus action this time.
No, hold on, I need to check my infusions.
I can also look up the DMs.
Radiant weapon. Do.
Because if it gives you 2 attacks, that's fine. If it gives you a third, that's great. I just
get
need
2
to know.
attacks.
Okay, then just so you
No,
roll.
no, no. So it gives you. It's not. So it's as a reaction. If you get hit, then you get to do
Then I
that.
can blind people.
So both of those hit. Roll damage,
I'll just do the
and
first
these
one.
are both on the prone. Or no. So the first one hits at 25. Roll 1 more attack, and that'll be with advantage.
Can I not use the 18?
No, just because
I'm
it's.
so
But you
sorry.
already have a 17. I'm very confident it's gonna hit.
I actually don't know of a.
Okay, one moment,
So there's
everyone.
a 17, and then this is your with advantage. We're taking the 17. Both of those hit. Roll your damage.
Okay, I was.
So you're gonna roll damage twice.
Yay, we love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. A 10 and a 6.
You kill the 2 prone men as they're pulling out their guns. You
Oh my god.
kill both of them.
Can I snarl at the other cop, whoever's left?
Oh my god! As he's pulling out his gun as you kill his 2 men. You turn back and you see that the guy with like the choke is like, that's him! That's him! Ah! Like he's freaking out, even though like
Is my disguise up?
he sees your sword.
Oh,
I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, he's panicked. He's
it's
freaking out.
tough.
He doesn't recognize you. You're not, you're not made in as much as you haven't just killed 2 poxy.
Sorry, let's keep it going. I want to
Next,
kill
it's Leo's turn.
You said she kills 2, right?
Yes.
Okay. I can't do anything like wild. I'll witch bolt the guy that's left,
Okay.
and
Roll to hit. So there are four poxy near you guys and 3 at the back.
you.
I was about to say my modifier is trash. 14 to hit.
14 actually will not hit.
Oh no. Then I would. Ooh.
With an anxious fashion style.
Okay, I'm gonna have my summon, who's the one summon that's by the door with the 6. I wanted to cast Warding Winds on itself, which will create a high velocity wind tunnel in this cart of 20 miles per hour of 10-foot radius, circling around it. Every creature, including itself, is deaf in this area.
And blocks protect those too, right?
Yeah, all flames, vapors, and gases are extinguished. This is difficult terrain for every creature other than my summon, and all range attack rolls have disadvantage passing in or out of this wind tunnel.
Disadvantage, that's what it is. So, okay. So I'm going to say that Kubo is excluded from this because the other people step back into the cars to avoid
That makes
stuff.
sense.
But yeah, there is a explosive maelstrom as your little floating boy in the back of the car.
So it's
Kinda
twisting,
kind of- yeah, it
just
kinda
turns, rotates like a.
That's not worse. How dare you.
Super fast.
and you hear like you can't hear them, but the police are like trying to communicate and like figure out their next plan here.
That's not working.
And they cannot communicate
We're
in
just
the
so
maelstrom.
silly.
Anything else? Because you have 2 other guys. Is there more stuff you can do, or is that your setup?
Oh, I'm gonna have definitely now for a fact each of my guys go, one for Kubo, one for Kyle for a fact now. like be side by side, and that's it. My turn.
How fast can your things even move?
I had to buff their stats because they're weak little boys, but they can go up to 90 feet.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Can
You might
almost-
have to play catch up for you a little bit, but he'll keep pace.
We'll see. Well, yeah, we'll see how things.
They could
play out.
float, so at least they could fly.
Let me see.
Like rabbits that float away.
They'll
Hey,
be like little balloons.
and with that, epoxy start to go. I'm actually gonna roll
Poxes go home.
2 more stat checks here. Oh, level 13, so that makes things easy.
These are not the assassins you're looking for.
The 3 at the back will just take shots at Kubo because they're the ones that I have a visual with. So these are all +6. That is a 17, 16, and 17.
They miss.
They miss. Ping, ping, ping. Like if
He
they,
flips them off.
yeah, if they do hit, they just hit your armor. And it's very much like Star Wars from that scene. Like you kill 2 of their men, they're in a tunnel facing you. Yeah, and the wind is your braid, your Fu Manchu is fluttering in the wind. The spirit gum is getting tried, and all your clothes are getting ruffled. It's very intense. The people on the other side of the wind tunnel, they're going to attempt to move past it. I'm going to say rule that the 2 that are able to get past it go through, and I just think this is very fun and kind of makes things a little more chaotic. 3 of them move in and close in behind you, Kubo, but they aren't able to take their attacks because of the difficult terrain. And so they were going to take their shots. They were going to cross over. I'm going to say, actually, 2 of them will be able to make their attacks. The ones that are deeper into the compartments won't be able to because they will be close enough to do that. That's kind of an unfair ruling, even if it's difficult
So what I'm
terrain.
hearing
30
is there's
feet is-
4 people who will make shots.
These guys are not going to be making shots on you. They are trying to tackle you to the ground. One gets a 13 to hit, the other gets a 25.
Okay.
And so basically, he's not doing any damage. He is just trying to
Let's start a fight.
jump on and then wrestle you to the ground and get
Okay,
you
try it,
prone.
try it.
Let's do competed athletics
He's
here
probably gonna beat me.
because he did succeed to hit.
I think
He
gets-
got a nat 1.
Okay, good.
So the first guy you managed to dodge easily. The second guy goes like grabs you around like the arms, and you're easily able to just go like shove him off, and he kind of slots to the ground.
Kubo's still within 5 feet of me at the moment, right?
Who?
Kubo?
Kubo's
Yeah.
still within 5 feet of me at the moment, right?
Yes, yes.
So I get an attack of opportunity when
Do
they
it.
try that shit,
Do it.
right?
Finish them.
So they're not leaving your threatened range, or if you have something that will allow you, and you can use a reaction to hit them.
Oh, give me a second.
Because if they try to hit her and miss, you can take a reaction to hit them with your ability, right?
Oh yeah, I don't have Sentinel. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh, I can do the sword.
Yeah, you can do the sword.
Let's do it right now.
Two-
Okay, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
That's if they hit you, then you do that, and then it's like almost impossible to hit you again. I
Well,
think.
one of them
Choice.
did hit you. He was trying to wrestle you.
Oh well, then yeah.
He managed to grip onto you. You were just able to resist being constrained.
Yeah.
Go, boss. Let me roll this monster. I have to do this. Okay.
What?
No, it's not the same as it was.
No, I'm so sorry. Let me pull up this conversation with Kyle with this.
That attacker is automatically blinded.
But what do I have to roll?
This has very pocket
They have
sand.
they have to make a con save. You don't have to roll anything.
I'll roll a con save. Again, a nat 1. This dice loves nat 1.
So they be blinded until the end of Kubo's next turn.
Kubo goes, Pocket Light!
God damn it.
So you grab him, you slough him off. He's on his knees trying to like grab you still, and you go with the sword. Just stays on his knees. He is blinded.
I love there's all this whole imagery. I'm literally like a murderer.
Okay, so moving on, that is going to be the Poxy's turn. There's one more. You hear someone attempting to break through the compartment. Some dude's fist just smashes through
Jesus.
the compartment wall that you guys are in, and you see his other fist reach in, and he's basically trying to force his way into your compartment through the wall. And like all this wind blusters in from like the barrier that the little creature put up. But he has to use his entire action and movement to bust a hole in this, and he's not able to like crawl through, and he's just like a dude. And so he kind of had a panic reaction and was like, "Enemies there, adrenaline, blah!" He's trying to go real guns akimbo.
I love that movie.
It's a very good movie. Moving on, I think that is Odina. She sees you like stim Kyle, and she goes, "Do you want me to get you to the bitch?" She said, "The bitch."
Yeah.
To the bitch!
To the bitch. Okay. I think she bursts poisonous gas and destroys the side of the train car. So I'm going to have her roll that. That will be her breath weapon for the day. But she basically melts out an opening for herself and starts to polymorph and is going to grab you and basically jump out with you and get you in the right direction.
I would put I can just run right through everyone.
Oh, great.
Yeah, like I can go straight through I can go straight through characters. I provoke no attack of opportunity, etc. when I'm doing that.
Well, in that case, then I guess we'll dial it back, and she will come out to where the guns have been shooting at you, and she will just point her mouth down the alleyway and shoot poisonous gas down at the 3 remaining guards. They're all going to make dex saves for their lives.
For their lives.
We sure love.
As a 4, a 19, and 17. It's actually pretty good. Those all bump up by 1.
You know, you just gotta respect Odina's girl boss thing. That's all I can say. I think Kubo's just an off.
Oh, that's sweet.
That is sweet.
It's 12d6, a DC 14, so 2 of them do save. So let me see.
Moonlight charge.
It's raining like crazy up here.
Amazing. I know. I fucking love it. It's amazing outside.
Oh yeah, I love the rain.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, just for dramatic goofiness, the one guy that was like, "That's him. I know it's him. It's not the disguise." He is stuck in the middle of the hallway as this green flame engulfs him. He is a freeze-dried guard before he hits the ground. He is putrefied and acidified, and he is reduced to guard jerky by the poisonous gas. The other 2 managed to jump into the compartments and avoid the majority of the blast, but they still get hurt by it substantially. 35's halved is 18?
18. Yeah.
18. Okay. Yeah, they look real bad. They're coughing and spluttering. One of them vomits.
I can't wait to hear the locals are gonna make of this. You know, look.
Acid lizard attacks.
I agree.
Snakes on the train.
And I think that's going to be her whole movement, and she's ready to protect you. She's ready to, you can see her wings start to come back out.
Like,
she's ready to give you cover with her wings, possibly.
Embrace and waiting.
Now we are back to Kyle.
Yeah. So exactly how far away is what's her face's cabin?
I did say that there were 6 cars, and then there was a dining car between you and her. So we're going to say that you guys are near the front of the train. So there is 3 train cars between you and the Iagran car.
I love how this went batshit crazy. I love it. Incredible.
So how far, how wide or how long or whatever is each car?
Let me check.
10,
A mile.
something like that.
The train
Some Polar
car
Express.
is about 60 feet long.
60?
This 55 feet and 5 inch is the standard. That's from the exterior. I just looked up how long is a train car.
That's okay. All right. That's I'm not gonna lie. That's a lot farther than I'm expecting.
I think you can still make it though. Wait, how many cards?
So that would be so there's 2 cars ahead of you, then the dining car, and then their car. So that is 4. So 4 times 60, that is 240 feet.
You're right. You can't make it all the way, but you can get close.
No, I can only make it 2 cars per round. Am I? Is somebody or wait? 35.
And let's say if you're traveling through the cars, you have to negotiate the doors and everything. That's not a problem, but there is difficult terrain.
That shouldn't no, because I ignore difficult terrain. Like, I ignore even if people are in my way.
Gotcha. Okay.
I can literally move directly through them technically.
Spaghetti to the legs.
I mean, you
Yeah, I mean, I think technically raw. I'm turning semi-ethereal in my, because of how I,
right.
view everything. I'm just
Oh,
like,
look at you, Crow. Look at you, Crow. Semi-ethereal.
Yeah.
Kyle, do whatever you want, but I say you might as well just get going, because even if you jump up there, we have all the epoxy headed at us right now. So like, I feel like you could have a turn where you are okay, then you go again or something.
yeah. I mean, I guess if I spend my entire turn moving, that's.
I think last time you also had a bonus action from the cocaine. I'm not gonna lie, when it was allowed to be a haste. So I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry.
I remember the good times.
Doing cocaine.
The good old days.
Not just for fun.
All 3 of us in the car. White snow in it.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna keep beelining for the head of the snake to cut that shit off, I guess.
Oh man, I'm actually.
What's your movement?
The total number of feet that I am crossing there. 35, 45. 285 feet.
285 feet. Damn.
So you can
So
make-
my summon's gonna be 180 feet. So he's gonna be 100 feet away from you.
So you can make it all the way to Serenity. I don't know if you should.
Okay,
but
so my summon's gonna be a whole cart behind you.
Am I on the way to Serenity?
you can't, because you said it would be 240 feet to make it all the way. Jacob, you guys did the math. Now you just said that you can go 285 feet.
Like 6 cars, and each was like 60 freaking feet or something.
It's like 4
Oh, yeah.
feet.
So there are 6 passenger cars, but you guys are near the front.
6. Okay, 6.
So including the dining car, you got 4 cars to cover.
Oh, then
Oh.
yeah, I can. Yeah, then I still technically get to that front car with, I guess, about half an action left.
I say you might as well. You save the.
Yeah, no, I can't. I mean, I can't make an attack, but I mean, I'll
SOS.
attempt to demand surrender. Is that an exceptional half action?
So yeah, so let's say so you zip, right? Do you want me to narrate this, or do you want me?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead.
So you apparently something does the suit check him off? No, something in the suit injects you.
Adrenalethamphetamine.
Adrenalethamphetamines, yeah, great.
And it does suck him off.
It's hard. There's so much energy. It's hard to not feel a little bit of excitement. It's a little inappropriate. You dash out. You feel the wind brush by you. Not even phased by it. You zip past the guards. You hear them like freaking out. You go into the next car. You see that this is slowly traveling up the cars. That there's been this explosion. All this stuff. And this is kind of information. And you are traveling faster than the rumor. So the first car you get to, you see that people have opened up the windows and are preparing to jump out if stuff gets scary, because they're like ready to preserve their lives, because this looks like scary magic shit. And you are running by them, and then you see in the next car, the people have just started looking around, and they see you just straight up, and you're able to ghost around people. It's very like surreptitious.
Oh, and like pulling the Heisman Trophy, kind of just like dipping around everybody.
Yeah. You get to the dining car. I'm going to roll you a luck check here. You want something low. I'm going to throw it on the table and not off the table. It's a 7. As you get to the dining car, you see that the Serenity has the seal on like a dining tray. Not out of like a desire to eat it, but is like cavorting it about on a dining tray like her personal guest. and the thing is clearly not pleased, but they're trying to like cover it in ice and keep it wet. And you see that they're in the process of pushing this dining tray back into the dining room. And you see Serenity in her like lush, white area back there, but they haven't closed the door yet. And you see her 2 guards that are in the dining room area immediately like use reactions, pull guns pointed at you. And as you like kind of run out of movement, basically, or you still have like half of your movement left, you are seeing this event. And so you have enough movement, you could get in the mix of it and be like right on top of them on your turn. You'd also be right on top of them on your turn, which might not be what you want.
Yeah. I mean, I don't provoke opportunity attacks or anything like that. So I'm gonna just basically like zip behind Serenity and grab her by the hair and stick my revolver in the base of her skull.
So you're going to attempt to do that. They can't provoke attack of opportunities, but they did have reactions to pull their guns. Let me see.
They can't make it. I mean, yeah, they can pull their guns, but they can't attack me with them because like they can't make attack of opportunities. But
yeah, so
if they want to angrily pull their guns in defiance, then sure.
Let me see. 1 second. I've got a lot to figure out here.
I feel like he could have advantage on a save. I don't know, or something. Like, you really did rustle their dude, so to speak.
Yeah, you did rush it. You did bum rush it. For sure.
If they take pot shots at me, I mean, I got the what was it? The cloak of displacement and stuff like that going on. I'm not as worried about getting immediately murdered in one shot as I used to be. Not that I'm not, because I'm still very squishy, but.
Gotcha. So you dash up, you have the gun to the back of their head, the wind catches up with them, and you hear the seal do like a R in like confusion on the table in front of you. You have her by her hair. You go up, she goes a very inappropriate sound as you grab her hair and pull her head back. Yeah, this is your frozen moment. You're stuck here. They do have a spot in initiative.
Tell your boys to play nice. Give it a little kiss right under the ear.
Kubo's not here. He'd just throw up.
That's a fact Leo would throw up.
I guess. I don't know.
Haters gonna hate.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, like,
oh my god. 1 second. I just need to figure out a lot of stuff because as normal, you are
born in the 1840s. Okay, I think I'm very progressive.
Okay, Flo, I see you.
Listen. Kubo is a lot of things, but he's also a little bit of Hank Rutherford Hill. If any of you guys watch King of the Hill, so ironically, any PDA does make him feel like blah. Loves dear.
Bobby.
One of my favorite episodes remains the one where they become the volunteer firefighters.
Yeah.
And then like the entire incident is shown from Boomhauer's point of view, and everybody else is talking like Boomhauer.
And he's like,
it's just entirely normal.
very good.
It's a good.
Okay, so we're going to continue on back at four carts behind. Kubo, you have your turn.
So how many cops are proxies are around us?
So there are 4 near you that are still up.
Bless you.
Grenade, but are in this place where they have disadvantage. There are 2 more at the other end of the car, which is another 60 feet away, that have half cover behind the compartment walls. And you hear one of them yell after puking, is please hold down, hold up. We just wanted to see your tickets. Oh God, he's dead. Oh, he's dead.
That's my girlfriend. Let's see if we can hit some.
You're not getting advantage. Why are you getting advantage?
Oh, I thought I did. That was a clear, honest to God mistake. Hold on.
Well, if you're hitting whoever the hell had you blinded.
Well,
you have
some of them are still prone.
Oh yeah, you can't hit the one that you blinded. He did. There are two that are.
whoever you blinded and whoever is still prone, you have advantage on.
Oh, so then I have a 22 to hit, but I'm gonna do advantage. On that other guy.
22 to hit on the blinded guy.
It's probably gonna be fine on whoever you're hitting.
Okay, so you definitely hit the blinded guy. Roll damage, and then you will also. So
The
you're
15 is for the blinded guy.
the 15
The
is for the
22 is
blinded.
just for one of the other cops around because they're gone now.
Okay, so one of the cops is the one that missed you originally. So the blinded one is the one that hit you. So okay, we gotta make it super clear. Clear all your rolls. You're gonna try and hit the blinded guy first, right?
Okay.
So that's with advantage. So roll 2 dice for the blinded guy. That's a dirty 20.
I know how to.
I'm sorry. And
That's
now
dirty
roll your
20.
damage because you definitely
Wow.
hit.
Okay, here we go. 9.
He is still up, so you can hit him again, or you can drop a little bit of a smite on him and try and take him out.
That's true. You can do smite after you've already done your hit,
It's
which is
dope.
part of what so ridiculously overpowered.
Yes.
I'm just trying to hit him again. What about with a 14?
So you're just gonna hit him again? Yeah. Well, actually, that doesn't hit.
Okay.
So you don't use a spell slot yet, but you do that. Okay, great. Okay, cool. So you hack at him a little bit. He's still alive, still up. But the other guy's there. Is that all you want to do on your turn? You want to try and move?
No.
Okay. Then it's going to be Leo's turn. But I think he just said BRB. So we will come back to him as he does. And so Leo, you'll get to go back in time and have a turn. But his little floating guy can only do 180 feet, so he cannot get all the way up to you as you're running down ahead. I need you to make a 1 second wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Yes.
What's it against?
So this is a spell. This is enchantment magic.
Okay. What against what kind of effect?
Paralyzed.
Okay. Jesus. 11?
That will not be high enough. You see the girl that you have at the back of your head, she pulls up and closes her hand, and you feel all of your muscles go and kind of tighten in on themselves.
I'm immune to that. I'm immune to her shit though. Remember?
This is not mind magic. This is just a straight up spell.
Okay.
And so you realize, and I will say that just so you know what actually is happening, you are under the effect of the hold monster spell. And so she has cast a spell on you. You are paralyzed until the end of your next turn. And you are in her car, though. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I just love my
Wait, I'm back.
Okay.
Okay. So you are under the paralyzed condition. This is the hold monster spell. And after she has done this, you're not able to restrain her anymore as you're paralyzed. She uses her turn, walks over, grabs the gauntlet, slides it on, and she says, guards, please restrain our wonderful guests. We'll convene this in the dining room shortly. Dining room car immediately. She goes, and our seal friend, oh, our sweet little seal friend, look at how cute you are. He's like, arr. And she kind of pushes it back. And you feel, even though you're paralyzed, 2 of her dwarven guards grab your body and walk you back into the dining room car. And she is, now that she has the gauntlet on, she's holding her concentration and she's holding this spell effect on you. I think that they are just going to beat the shit out of you a little bit.
Oh
here.
my god.
And so they are going to take advantage just with their fists punching you. So that was a 17 to hit you.
That won't hit.
That is an 8. Okay.
Also, I still haven't actually been hit. So I'm still under the effect of displacement. So they're taking disadvantage on all their attacks.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, then that levels out. They both rolled real bad. And so they try to hit you and they seem very confused by that. So they're able to pick you up. But it's kind of like your cloak is so well lined with stuff that they're trying to.
That wouldn't have. I mean, they needed a 20 to get me anyway. But I mean, with the disadvantage, yeah, they're just swinging it air.
Okay, well, they drag your paralyzed body that they can grab and negotiate over and drag that into the dining room. So you have been moved with their movement over, and they basically just try to kick and punch you, and it's just not effective. They just don't.
Are they actually trying to restrain me, or are they just?
They're just using the paralyzed as of right now. They have not restrained you yet. They've just dragged you into the other car.
Okay, cool.
Now we're gonna go back to Leo.
Okay, so Kyle's been captured.
How do you know that?
Yeah, so you just mentioned that. Odina looks.
Oh wait, no, I don't. I am 100 feet away from Kyle because Kyle has like 300 feet. I forgot.
Even with your guys observing that, I mean, that's still a gratuitous interpretation of events.
Well, that's 100 feet away, so I can't do that yet. So, right now, how many people are with us here in our cart with me and Kubo?
There's still 4 cops around. I have damaged one of them. I haven't killed yet. He's the one that's still prone.
All of the cops nearby you have already taken damage from the grenade, and so they are all looking bad. The one that she has hit again is
it doesn't matter. I'm telling you.
I don't have like a multi-hitting target. I have the witch bolt. Yeah, that's yeah.
Might be
I'm,
okay.
okay.
Do what you gotta do.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna witch bolt.
You might have to
Oh, that's a natural one.
Yeah, these are close quarters fighting. It is weird. You're not used to this. You can see way too much. The watchers might be a little overwhelming for you. You're used to summons, so that's not fair. But yeah, that doesn't connect. Do you do anything else with your turn?
How is Kubo looking? Does Kubo look hurt?
I have not been injured yet.
Okay. So then I want to back away from the officers as much as possible. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to have my summon that's in the carts ahead of us trying to go to Kyle continue trying to go to Kyle.
And flies along. It is able to just a little bit slower get up to it. And you see Kyle paralyzed in kind of a weird position, kind of thunk onto the dining room floor as the other guards pull him in there. And it looks like they're looking for things to tie him up with on their next turn.
Can I scream that out, or is that like my turn already?
I think you can talk.
You can definitely talk to people. You can
I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna say like, they got Kyle. That's it. I'm just like, ah. And then that's it on my turn.
Okay.
Whoever gets Kyle, come on.
They're gonna kill him again.
I think Odina is done messing around, and she's gonna start throwing some attacks. It's at the end of the turn that you roll for you roll for what is it? Recharges, right?
Yeah.
Or is that the start of the turn?
D6. I think 5 or 6 is the recharge of breath these days.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So, Odina's head polymorphs into that of a dragon. She bites off Blind Man's head. Just dies.
It's like snack.
Then starts to back away in horror. Let me see, 2d6. Let me see. Oh yeah, she does almost max. That's 12. Yeah, so she with one claw just absolutely guts this other guy that missed you before. And she's like half polymorph, so she's got like a dragon head coming out of like an increasingly scaly body. One of her arms is turned to this thing. And you see that she like her tail is starting to come out despite herself. She goes into the air area that Leo has made and finds the one that was trying to punch a hole in the thing, and she's going to let loose another attack on him. That actually misses. So you see her other claw go and like smash out the rest of it, and you hear him go, ah! Like freak out as he sees this horrified polymorph entity.
With the same energy as Charles' mother's, I think Uba goes, "Oh, that's my girlfriend."
She does not get a recharge on her foot attack. Moving on, that is going to be the Poxy's turn. I'm going all sorts of out of order, but we're recovering because of the Leo thing. So that's
It's all good.
So
Sorry.
No, I shouldn't do that yet.
it's all good.
Come here.
First soldier completely misses on Dinah, trying to hit her back. And then there's only one more person hitting at a Dinah. He rolls a disadvantage. What's your AC? Completely misses, shoots wild into the wind. The two, I'm going to roll morale checks here. Absolutely fail. The two guys that have been coughing on Odina's gas, they do not try to engage you anymore. They just exit out the back of the cars and are just, you hear them yelling, get out, everybody, back of the train. And you see them kind of freaking out.
Well, fuck, in a good way.
I
think it's Kyle. I'm so stoked, guys. We're really in the thick of it now.
Yeah.
In the thick of it.
Into the... Got our dad. Sort of dad. That's a Kyle.
This is serious.
Gotcha.
This is serious. I'm afraid for all of us.
I mean, I haven't gotten hit yet, so I don't know.
I just can sometimes glance at
Yeah, she can look.
Cheater!
Oh God! On purpose, mind you. Wandering eyes, watchers, if you will.
No, you're all
It's either I'm alive or a building falls on me.
Okay.
Been there, done that.
So, it's weird. Okay, this is a lot. I think that's everything the Foxies do. Dinah's has her turn. Kyle, at the end of your turn, you get to make a wisdom saving throw to attempt to break free of this grapple or this spell effect.
Okay. So he's just not gonna turn?
He doesn't get a turn, and if he breaks free of it at the end of his turn, he gets to take reactions again, but he doesn't get a turn.
Okay. So you got
Okay, that will not pass the save.
So, what type is it again?
So it is a wisdom save.
I know, but what's it's paralysis? You said.
It is paralyzed.
Okay.
Paralyzed for the duration. This hold monster is the spell.
oh God.
Yep.
Hold that monster.
Okay.
Play that funky music.
Boom, 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 boom,
Afraid
boom,
of that
boom.
makes you thinking of plants.
So you see, I'm going to say that Odina is very noisy, and hearing a dragon destroy stuff is a very distinct sound. And so I think that you can tell immediately that they know, oh, holy fuck, there's a dragon here. This is serious.
Odina, be careful.
I'm going to do something story related. And because you gave me this idea, but it's also built into this stuff, I'm going to do something here that might be a little game changing in a pretty crazy way. So I'm going to say that the other people use their turns to tie you up. They take rope, they wrap it around your arms, they try and establish you more restrained than you were before. The Watcher has appeared. Leo might be able to do something on their turn. He is invisible right now. And you can see one of the Ogren dwarves leans over to Serenity and basically goes, I suggest we flee. We have to get away. I mean, we don't have the resources to protect us. And she goes, oh, not before I've given him a gift. And she's going to take her gauntlet and basically trace it down the bridge of your nose, kind of like this. and I need you to make an additional save here. This is for a much more important spell. It's a wisdom saving throw.
Who, me or?
Yes. Now, to be fair, since this is also a concentration spell, as she casts this, the spell effect breaks on you that was holding.
Is it like charm based or whatever?
Not charm based.
Enchantment based?
It is a necromancy spell.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's relevant then. 19.
Ooh, wow. Okay, that actually saves. A second.
He got the power.
1 second.
I'm like,
Oh, he's got the power. He's got the power.
Oh, okay. So you succeed. As you succeed, you realize that she was attempting to curse you.
Damn.
Bestow curse spell. She is furious as she sees that you resist it, and she like clutches your neck and is like, "You filthy mud! You dirt! Do you understand how expensive that spell was? You understand what you wasted?" And he's like grabbing you, and you hear the Ogren dwarf like over her shoulder, like, "We have to go, we have to go, we have to go." And she's like, "Not yet! I'm teaching him a lesson."
I have my own lesson.
That's her turn. That's the only thing I can do as she's tied up.
Please just send the world.
I'm gonna roll.
How much you've wasted?
Persuasion. Okay.
Hold up.
Great. The dice tell fun stories. That is a nat 20 on his persuasion, and you see that she finally abates, releases, and they start to move, and they use the remainder of their motion, leaving you tied up, and get into the car. And so they get back into their previous car, and you can tell immediately that they are preparing to separate the cars.
Like half turn, whatever, fine. Full turn, I have the ability to catch up.
Your turn is over, so you can use your reactions and reactions.
Can he like break out of his
Flex. Can you flex?
Whatever reaction he has that can do that, or we're being really strict on the action economy.
I'm a rogue. I'm pretty limited
Strong.
on reaction.
Do they take the seal?
Yeah, no. I mean, the second I'm released from this from one way or another, I can probably run that train down, but not yet.
I'm honestly wondering if we could ask Odina to just throw their cart, just
Not long distance, yeah.
ram into it and break it.
Hey, there's a lot of options.
Yes.
No fuck.
Yeah, no, I give some fucking like speed steroids to Odina, and suddenly we're breaking sound
Pretty
barriers.
fast, even if they don't work.
Thank you for being okay with how flexible I'm being with initiatives, but storytelling, we're kind of focusing on the scenes as they matter.
Yes.
This is back to Kubo.
I love it.
We just need to get up there. So I think since we've done what we need to do, he's gonna start running, and he's gonna catch up with Odina and be like, okay, so he's captured. Worst case scenario, it's like while he's running, he's talking with her like, what do you feel comfortable doing? What don't you feel comfortable doing? Like, would you feel comfortable eating her? Would you feel comfortable not eating her? Your weapon, if you recharge it, are you comfortable just shooting it at them? Like, what do you
So
know?
we're just saying that you are completely ignoring the two guards that are still in the windstorm and just running past them.
Yeah, well, I thought you said
Okay.
that they were putting their stuff down anyways because she
The
freaked
people at
fuck
the
out.
back are freaking out.
Well,
but that's fine. You don't have to deal with them. Well, I agree. It's not important.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that they basically surrender after they see their other people leave, and you guys start running up. Odina goes, she's got like a giant dragon head comedically protruding out of like her person's body, and she's like, I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry. Can I ask you if needed, if this is okay? You don't have to say yes to this. To maybe like go out and like catch the luxury carts and like
Hey.
throw it.
I mean, I'll do what I can.
Yeah. If you
she's
can't,
like,
it's fine. You're
we're
doing it.
spies, babe. Hell yeah.
And this is
She's just
incredible.
like,
As he's running with her real quick, as I end, I just wanted her to know he's just like, you were amazing back there. Full like face of like, oh, ooh, whatever. Like, you were amazing killing these people.
Ooh,
deck.
that's so...
She finishes her polymorph into a full dragon, and that's going to be your turn. So you're just double moving up
Yeah.
to be able to get through another
I can go
car.
60
So
feet.
you got another 3 cars to go. That's to Leo.
Is Leo. Is my summon now caught up, like in Kyle's cart?
Your summon is caught up invisibly with Kyle.
Okay, is Kyle still paralyzed, or is he
Kyle's
just
not
tied?
paralyzed, he is tied up.
He's just tied. Okay. Well, that kind of ruins everything now that you're tied up. So
The floater comes up and doesn't have hands with which to free you. You see it just visibly like.
if he was just paralyzed, I could cure the paralyzed and he could just get up, but now he's not paralyzed.
Can the watcher go into the other cart and then activate the wind spell just to protect us?
Right? I mean, yeah, just give Kyle a defense wall. I'm gonna go up to like where's Kyle? Is like Kyle like facing a wall or like how do they have
got a chair like in the center of the dining car? Like they pulled up a chair, tied him to it.
and you can like see the room
Yes.
clearly. Okay, so then I'm gonna try to get my summon like within Kyle's view and just like flash appears. So like alert, like, hey, like don't forget you have this. And then I'm gonna wind wall. I'm gonna warding winds and cause a 10-foot cone of 20 miles per hour wind around him.
Okay, so you basically give him cover. You're like,
yeah, and then he gets protection from projectiles with disadvantage in here.
Okay.
Is it close enough to go through the wall? No.
Yeah, and then by then hopefully Kubo can make it over there. So I'm gonna do that, and then after that I'm gonna head and follow Kubo.
Okay, you're
Okay,
running
I'll
up.
probably make it.
Things are coming to a head. I had the other guards take their turn after Kyle failed, so I'm not going to give them a double turn. I'm going to make this all fair. They are up ahead negotiating something out of sight in the other train car that they just took Kyle out of. And now it is the cops that are fully out of the range. Dinah, let me see what movement she has. 1 second. This is a lot to negotiate. So she has a fly speed of 80, ground speed of 40. So she basically uses the first part of her movement to get to a break in the train cars, and then in between them explodes out, polymorph, uses her fly speed 80 feet ahead, not even remotely enough to catch up with Kyle's mad dash.
But that's still fast though. For a dragon, yeah, that's pretty good.
And then after that, we are back to Kyle, who is tied up. And this might be one of the last turns you guys have to do anything huge. So wind everywhere, you're tied up, but you have your full action, reaction, and you are just restrained. And so if you have, I mean, you're a rogue, I mean, this is your time to shine. These are your actions.
Yes, you're magician boy. Do a thing. Do a thing, magic man.
Break out and throw a grenade.
I just
Another grenade.
just handful of pins and just let what happens.
Oh my
Come on, it's 25d6. You got this.
That's wild.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see how strong grenades were myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, what's happening?
So what are you gonna try and do? What are you using your turn on? Snoopy boy.
Loading. Skyrim screen loading.
That's just boring. Come on.
I have cool stickers I'm looking at.
Oh my god, was that what's your face?
Lift up?
What?
Oh my god.
There's a JoJo up here.
Yeah, no. I'm looking at it. That's all right.
I'm just showing my stickers because I can. I like my Tanjiro in here because he's in the bed.
Hey, no. If I had a fucking laptop, I'd show that shit off too. But
Well, I wanted to just look at stuff. There's just a fun moment of a break while you're dealing with some stressful stuff.
I love Smiling Friends.
They're cute. Smiling Friends is so dark. I was like, oh my god, I thought it was a kids.
Yeah, no.
The first episode when they crucify Alan really.
I didn't even see. I just saw the commercials. I was like, oh my god, wait a minute.
Example of, like, you don't fully understand what you're in for if you're just going into this based on the name.
I know it's giving me like South Park vibes where you think it's innocent, then they just go off.
See, but
You.
South Park is so much worse. Everybody knows South Park. Like unless you have been born prior to like 1992, you know what South Park's about. Like you're expecting.
Hey, so I sorry to kind of disrupt stuff, but if you're not sure exactly how you want to spend this turn, we can kind of go into story mode and kind of resolve in a way that's interesting.
Sorry, you guys go ahead.
Stop Serenity, so.
Sorry.
But you're fine.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm not upset. Yeah.
I'm hearing from you that we won't.
Oh, it's terrible.
He has a turn. You know, it looks like he's kind of stuck in a windstorm and kind of doesn't have a lot of options here.
With his hands bound.
go.
Beyond.
So now they know we're coming. Oh God.
So you in your turn? Question mark?
Kyle is.
Oh, it's Kyle's turn?
Yes,
Oh,
it's been
sorry.
cast.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my-
We were waiting for you to come up with stuff because you were restrained. You have one more turn basically to try and get
Oh.
free and go bust them.
I'm dead.
Well, all right then. Okay. Let's see. So the Serenity or whatever the hell ran out of the room. Who all is in the room with me currently?
No one.
Yeah, it's
My
just
baby.
in the dining room car. And
So
then
I'm just being held up by the like.
so you are
Okay.
tied up in the chair, so you are restrained with cords, and you are in a whirlwind.
So I'm tied up in the chair that is currently being all right.
God, come here, touch. To go to bed. Oh, she does.
Kabel.
I'm more upset that not so much that we just necessarily failed. We didn't really fail, maybe, but we probably did. But I'm more upset that you really did take the seal.
Honestly, part of me was like, this is what a rich person would do. And then I realized, oh, that was going to make Turbo and Maddie very sad. I was like, I guess that's kind of okay.
It did become very easy bait for me. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, we could probably still get it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that we can stop Serenity before this gets into a.
We are going over time, so this is very much.
I'm sorry. I will go ahead and utilize what's the name of the spell? Vortex. Damn it. Part of this. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to cast Vortex Warp basically on the whatever the hell her face is. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Okay. Wow, that is only a 6.
Okay, So she's gonna fail, and I'm gonna operate this entirely based on specifically her failing. So as that happens, I'm going to leave. I think the largest
Okay,
I
I do want to stress on something. It says it's space you can see within range, and she has gone into the other cart. She is not within visual range right
Oh, okay.
Or can we do a quick luck check to see if like the door is
I
still?
don't know. I mean, how far away is she? I mean, I currently have a movement speed of, even without any spell or anything, no bonus actions, etc. My base speed is 45.
We've established that the train cars are 60. You're in the middle of a train car, so it'd be 30 feet to the end of your train car, and then an undetermined amount of space into her train car to be able to see her, probably.
Right. Well, I mean, also presumably I'd be able to see her through the window between the two. But I mean, anyway, I have
You're
45
also bounded.
without anything else. Trying to
Like,
just baseline speed. I have 45.
You
So
would be able to cross over, assuming nobody gets in your way. But I know that you have that spell that will, doesn't provoke tax opportunity, and you can kind of pass through stuff.
yeah.
But you also have to get free of the bonds.
Yeah, like you're bounded to the chair.
What do you want for? Damn it! I was gonna do vortex. Can't do that twice.
vortex yourself into her car. That might not be.
And vortex warp needs to go on to something that I can see. So sleight of hand to slip the bonds.
Yeah, I'd allow that. They're not crazy high DC. It'll definitely be an action to do so.
You can click on my summon. You can select my summon. My summon's in the room with you. Can't you
Don't
vortex
summon into
my
her
summon?
world. Freak me the fuck out. It might
You're in the wind tunnel, so he should be above you,
get
like
there.
invisible sight.
A lot of yelling.
Sorry, you're in the wind tunnel, so my summon is in the center of the wind tunnel with you, so it should be exactly above you. So you could trade places with it.
I don't have a non-action option. Okay.
So you're trying to do, so you're trying to get out without doing an action here?
Yeah, no, my goal here is to in some way escape my bonds and then do a vortex warp to swap positions with the running whatever her name is. And that's not looking like I might be able to do it. So
Hey, I mean, I'm glad that we're really shopping our options here, but
yeah.
they kind of got you here. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that there's not really a comfortable way to get exactly what you want done here?
Not a perfect thing. Yeah, no. I'm gonna go ahead and okay. So
Yeah.
does 29 get me out of that?
Yeah, it does. So your full action, you're able to easily, like, as soon as you have your
So simple.
yeah.
Pop out both of my thumbs. I honestly don't even notice. Just yeah. Walk out into the. Damn it. Yeah, just walk out right into the center of the
Yeah.
The space in between the two.
And I'm gonna I'm just gonna. What are your rules on an RPG?
Oh, on like a gun? It's like a missile launcher, basically.
Yeah, rocket propelled grenade. Yeah.
Okay. So if you have something that does that, it is an attack, and you have used your action.
I mean, I could I can fiddle something together with like, you know, telepathy and throwing a grenade. But
I get that. As you use your movement to get to the next car or to try and approach the next car, you see the dwarf that originally was talking to the Poxy before. He has a large ornate red metal hammer, and he is preparing to break the link between the two cars so that their car can push on ahead without you guys.
oh shit.
So
Yeah, that's no bueno.
going on ahead here.
Kubo's turn?
That will be Kubo's turn. You are still 3 cars behind.
Absolutely. I want him to run if I can just keep running, and possibly, I just realized I can do Dispel Magic now, but I'm wondering if I should bless Odina so that if she is, as the kids say, out and flying, if she can make it there, just really do it. I just want to be able to give her chances to be able to have that like bonus to her rolls. And I don't think I can see anyone else right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to give her that buff of bless.
Okay, you can do that, but then you only go half a train car because you won't be using
Let's
all
not
your
then.
actions.
I'll take that back.
Okay, so you're dashing. That's all good. Leo, you're at 14. Are you also moving?
Yes, sorry, I was confused when you said 14. Yes, I am following Kubo with the speed of my shoes, trying my best. And I also have my other summon following Kubo. Kubo, what's your speed?
My speed is 30 feet.
Okay, no, okay, perfect. So easily my summon,
Follow along,
yeah, easily will follow you along.
I'm a
And-
strong boy, but
Yeah, and we're just gonna try to get to the cart ahead. I'm not fast, so
Okay, so as you guys are running up, it's sad that Kyle isn't here, but as he opens the door, and we're just going to do this for
Tell
drama,
him.
the hammer from the dwarf, there is an explosive effect from the hammer, some sort of magical augmentation. There is nothing connecting the front train to the back train. And as you're standing there watching this dwarf that had really coiffed hair, his hair starts to flutter in the wind, and the car ahead of you starts to slowly pull ahead, while the prodigious weight on the back of the train starts to slowly drag behind. And the distance starts to get greater and greater.
what does Odina do?
And Odina, who is flying, flies up, tries to catch up. And she can, for a time, keep pace with the train, but I will rule that she cannot follow the train at the same speed.
That makes sense. I'm gonna give her the chance. Obviously, I trust her judgment about what she wants to come back. Basically,
Yeah.
I feel
So-
like once we catch up to each other, we should probably start huffing it by foot because I don't think we can trust the poxies or people around us to like.
So there's a lot to unpack here. I'm very happy with this session. I think we should
Wait,
pause
oh.
now because it's very late.
Yeah.
But
alright.
I'm going to stop the recording.
Ooh.